Good evening. It's Rando Gamer here. Just closed out session 7 of Adventures of the Standing Bear, or at least editing and getting ready to upload. Hope you guys enjoy it. A little bit more RP. This is following up right after the group had kind of got some intel on Kezurex, which was the demon that had murdered Mox's village and family and everything. They had made their way back to Winshire to kind of like fill Raiden in on what had transpired in Collinsburg, and then make their way to Urim to follow up a little bit on the Keswick lead, and also kind of do some other sort of downtime stuff. So there's one of the groups that works for the Standing Bear is kind of revealed in this session. The Goosemens, which was really fun. Kind of getting our first interaction with them. And then there's a really good sort of closure between Zaphreal and Cassandra with that whole side plot that kind of had risen over the last couple sessions with him not feeling comfortable with her using his blood. So hope you guys enjoy. If you like the session, make sure to give it that thumbs up. We try and have videos out like this at least once or twice a week. We'll see how things go, starting up another set of classes here shortly. But thank you guys for watching, and catch you next time.
The events of last session.
If I recall,
Sorry, go ahead.
We were finishing up in the advanced city. I'm blanking on the name of it right now.
Collinsburg.
Collinsburg.
Yeah. It because most of the session was just like that night, and then we ended on the morning with you guys leaving, right?
Yep.
No.
So we.
Yes.
So
okay,
we were supposed to be staking out. The only person that showed up for the stakeout though was Throg.
Right.
So
yes.
Zaphreal and Mhox had a really good heart-to-heart where Zaphreal had like this crisis of like he didn't know what to do with himself anymore because like his purpose was gone, and Mhox had helped kind of like realign that and had mentioned that he was ready to move on from like his revenge vendetta thing, only for Throg to catch the two thieves wearing a symbol of Kezurex, which was the demon that had like purged his village. That next morning, once Mhox had heard of this information, he went to the prison with Throg to interrogate these two individuals to kind of figure out what was going on, where he got an obsidian sort of like receiver earpiece thing.
Yes, that's right.
Before we had met back up to get on the airship. I'm blanking on some of the other things that happened. I felt like it was shopping. I think there was a spa day with Fia and Cassandra.
Yeah, I think wasn't there some Cassandra stuff going down?
Yeah, so there was. So I actually had a great role play with Engless, Fia.
Yes, that's right.
And oh my god, I'm forgetting his character's name. Tuck's character, Zaphreal. And then I had a spa day with Engless and Fia, but then right now there's some beef with Zaphreal and Cassandra right now.
Yeah, because Zaphreal basically had said that unless she was going to follow Cord, he wasn't going to give her blood anymore.
Oh, yes.
And she thought very disrespectful to even ask that. He could have just said, I don't feel comfortable you drinking my blood. It's the blood of Cord or something, but for him to ask, like, you need to worship my god if you want this.
You gotta bring Christ into this?
When she's a fucking vampiric knight of the Raven Queen.
Right.
Yeah, that actually really fucking pissed her off. I'm actually kind of hoping our characters keep having like this beef until we do the Standing Bear tournament. That way our fight has a little ump to it.
Wow. Okay. Does anybody else have anything to throw on the pile there?
Engless was trying to sell his necklace from Evelyn as a note I took.
That's right.
That's right. It's so fucked up.
He fucking sold the dude. I forgot about that.
And then we have a recurring medical supplies for the airship and stuff that I wrote down. Not sure if we're tracking that.
Yeah, there was a financial thing where we'd be paying a fee to do monthly stuff with the airship. But I think we were going to bring it up with Raiden after we got done. Because we were heading to Winshire, right?
That's the idea. At least that's
Yes.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I also put a note about Kezurex, a guy from Mhox's past, which is
That bitch.
I also gave Mhox and Throg my Pearl Ascending to report back if they heard from him. So I don't know. My notes don't make a ton of sense, but I was hoping somebody could fill in the gaps on that part.
Yeah, we ended
That's
on the
comes
airship,
about
which
all.
is where we were flying back to Winshire whenever the whole thing with Cassandra and Zaphreal happened, because she threw the pint of blood over the side of the ship in a rage. At which point, Fia and Endless separately had come in and talked to her about what was going on to kind of like, one, reestablish the friendship that they had in the past, and two, kind of calm her down.
Watch the DM be like, "Oh, you threw Zaphreal's blood off the edge. Be a shame if that fell in someone's hands. This will come back to bite you all." It's like an evil Zaphreal creature.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Oh
a
my
mega
God.
Zaphreal?
Like a
I can
polar
see
op,
it now.
like Mr. Negative, but it's Zaphreal.
Right, right.
Oh my god, that would be
Like
cool.
Zaphreal Black.
Oh, you
Oh
pen down,
no.
Cole. I see you. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Okay, so Evan, if you would play some sort of
Oh, yeah.
like soaring type flying cloud music, whatever that would be.
That doesn't really work.
That's a little too soft.
A little too jazzy, a little too jazzy.
Do you like jazz?
Do you like Chaz? No, I like. Wait, you say Chaz? Yeah, I'm Chaz. Oh. I'm thinking. By the way, Cole, in your next game, if we do the split thing, and you're cool with me being in it. I think I'm gonna do a Minotaur Barbarian.
Oh, dude, I would love for somebody to play a Minotaur. That's dude.
And
Yeah.
I'll play a rogue rat.
I played a Minotaur in Evan's campaign thing that he did, and dude, it was the funnest thing I ever.
Yeah.
The
I
cow
just played a Minotaur.
jokes, the drunken.
Yes.
I miss
Yes.
that character every time I see it.
We only had the
Dude.
one session. That's the last one I
Right,
uploaded.
right.
Yeah. And then he was like, "I'm gone."
I think that's the
I
last
found
time I
this-
played it on Friday.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I found this bomb ass homebrew barbarian subclass cult called Way of the Warlord, and it's like a leader barbarian. It has some really cool like ally based effects.
Cool.
I'll send it to
take a
you.
look at it.
It's probably what it's what I'm gonna go with if you're cool with it, because it is pretty badass.
Okay.
Let me find out. I'll just send it to you for later
Okay.
before I forget.
Just drop back in here.
Yeah, draw me back in, bitch.
So we'll say that it's about hold on. Yeah, we'll say it's like maybe like 8:30 or 9ish by the time you guys are up and into the air. And if I look at the map here, hold please.
Holding. On to coffee cup. I'm holding. Path of
Just
Insanity.
doing math.
That's cool.
So
Barbarian. Oh, okay.
the journey would technically be faster if you flew directly over the Meadoff Peaks, but because that is like super hot, like you know, war territory, is like especially belonging to the Cradmal Kingdom. You kind of are forced to fly around the mountain range itself, but in total it should take you about. Hold on. 4 days to fly there.
Okay.
So it's like pretty much like, you know, half the time of like being on like, I don't know. It's fast. It's not the fastest, but it's quick. Especially with its lighter load at the moment.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Throg is enjoying this.
So we have whoever wants to start the scene off first, please feel free. But we're going to say, in a similar fashion, there are very thick, sort of white clouds that are sort of this rosy peach, orange color that's like sort of just escaping as you are going further and further into your journey. We'll just leave it off there with some of the crewmates on top of the deck just doing some regular maintenance and sweeping, it seems.
Yeah, Throg tries to grab the clouds as they pass by, whether or not he's having a great time being in the air.
Yeah, it seems surreal because it looks so tangible, but when you reach out towards it, obviously there's nothing there. But you notice after a couple minutes of just sort of doing this, there seems to be a small layer of water that builds up on your palm.
Throg doesn't really cry, but he feels sentimental as this reminds him of home, being among storm giants. He throws his lightning-charged Titan ball into the clouds, maybe in a chance to summon a lightning strike before pulling it back, and just does that over and over at the clouds.
Okay. Whether it be the fair weather conditions of this morning, or maybe you're just not in the right mindset. Though you throw with all your intention and might, nothing necessarily comes to you. But this moment is beautiful, and it's nice to throw your cannonball off the edge of the ship here.
If the sun's out, Cassandra is for sure stocked up in her room, working on some artificer stuff.
We'll say, for the sake of the ability to be outside, the amount of cloud cover, though, is, on the brink of not being quite so chill, is enough for you to be outside and not necessarily be hurt by those harmful UV rays.
Okay. She'll like kind of poke her head out, like squinting, as she like kind of her eyes.
Yeah,
dart
definitely
back
gonna
and
need
forth.
some sunglasses for sure. You know
And
what
she's
I mean?
like, mornings. As she just kind of walks over to one of the edges and just kind of leans on it with her arms folded on the rail, with her head on top of her arms. She's looking down. And she's actually thinking about Zaphreal's blood. What a waste.
Man, it's a
miles
really
away.
far fall, Cass.
Is it?
Careful.
Kind of looks at it.
I think it's a far fall. I mean, it looks pretty far.
How are you? Okay.
Yeah, you're thousands of feet in the air. You're so far up. Like it's a long way down.
She just groans and puts her forehead on her arms and just looks down at the floor.
Are you seasick?
I wish. I'm upset.
What about Throg make it better?
Oh, Throg, I don't think anything can make it better, but just wastefulness.
Well, nothing to waste your mind upon. It's in the past, it's in the past. It's time to look forward, as I say.
Have you ever had drugs, Throg?
I've done many a drugs, but they don't really do much.
Yeah.
It's just too much muscle and too much mass.
Yeah, they hit me pretty hard, but then disappear. I think they go in and come out very quickly.
Just eyeing the clouds down. Yeah, something like that, Throg.
Just makes me think of home in a way. The clouds, the cold, the breeze. All it's missing is thunderous lightning being struck down everywhere.
When was the last time you were home?
How old am I? Let me think. Oh,
Do you even keep track of your
almost
own?
30 years ago, I was home. They didn't really like me. I was born very small for a giant. They thought I was a weakling, so they tried to kill me. So I just went on my own and lived in the forest. And then I found you.
Oh yes, I remember that. The hulking giant in the forest. That you're small to others. I guess that is.
Well, I'm nothing like my tribe. They're 30, 40 feet tall. I'm pretty small compared.
Oh, you're just a wee baby then. Have you?
Yes, I guess I was born 3 sizes too small.
Some Grinch stuff happening here.
That's immediately what I thought. She looks at him and kind of looks at the ship. Have you seen Mox or Fia, or have they not come out of their hiding holes?
As the camera pans, who wants to step up next?
Mox is still the crow's nest. So if I recall,
Okay.
he had
Oh, yes,
ended
that's right.
with his like introspective, where he's like questioning whether or not he had kind of just come over the hill of like not to seek revenge, but he also
Mhm.
doesn't want Kezurex to like do the same thing to other people. So he'd be kind of fiddling with the obsidian little piece. If I recall correctly, I'd done an Arcana check, which had kind of clued in that there was some magical aspects to it, but like no clear guidance on how to activate it or anything like
Right.
that.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
so he'd be
Oh, that's
fiddling with it
right.
to see if he could activate it, but he's not sure what to do to activate it.
And what is it? What is the item itself?
It was like I can't remember if it was a necklace or an earpiece, but it was how the thieves would get their messages
yes,
from.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. That's right. Yes. Okay. I remember now. Okay. Cool.
So if him fiddling with it activates anything, he's fiddling with it.
Okay. And what about you, Fia?
I was gonna check on Grave Bones and just make sure, she's good. And I was mostly gonna read, so I was gonna invite her to come sit with me if she wanted to come do that.
Oh, and you can see her kind of blush just for just a slight second before she kind of like perks up and kind of like, yeah, just let me, and she kind of scratches up her like hair on the top of her feline form and kind of like puts on her jacket that has like this sort of green hood, and she just comes along with you too. Do you just want to go out on the deck?
Yeah, just like kind of where everybody else is by the railing and stuff, if there's like someplace to sit over there.
Sure.
Fia.
There you go. Yep.
Good morning. Or, it's not a good morning. Morning.
Morning.
Did you,
What has
sleep?
you in a mood?
Oh. She, like, eyes the clouds again. Oh, paladins.
Yeah, she said she lost something in paladins.
Zaphreal?
She, like, kind of, like, chuckles before she looks down and just scowls with her fangs.
Oh, you like Zaphreal. That's what's going on.
No!
Oh my
no.
God.
I mean, he is attractive. Nothing wrong with that. But, no.
Oh. Well, never mind.
She looks around to see if Zaphreal didn't hear that.
Zaphreal seems to be below deck.
Stay there.
Well,
Also, the sun
I'm
is
here.
out. Oh, yes.
I was gonna say I'm here if you want to talk about it, but seems like you're stewing at the moment, so that's fine. You can do that, but when you're ready.
I don't know how to explain it, Fia. His blood was... She kind of like smiles. There's actually like some color coming to her cheeks, just thinking of the taste. We need to find an enemy Asimir as soon as possible. And she even like chomps at the air thinking about it.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Who would have thought?
Thought what? What are we thinking?
The Zaphreal's blood was so great.
You have no idea how good it was. It was like what's like a really great drug in your world?
Crack.
Basically.
Pickle spear. No, that's a real thing.
Fairy dust?
Hold on.
Pickle
Hold on.
spear's a real thing.
Mana
What
dust?
does pickle
The
spear?
first thing I thought of was
Drink it
Iridium
myself,
from
dude.
Borderlands.
Yeah, iridium. Yeah.
Purple
what
dust.
about-
Arcanic crystal?
you know what?
Purple rain.
We'll say. Oh fuck. Hold on. Let me really think about this. It's going to be called. Vine. Vine. Oh fuck. I don't know.
Arcanic crystal.
Yeah, sure. That. I don't care.
Are you sure? I'm just throwing names out.
Well, yeah. We'll just say it's like, you know, What are you calling it?
Arcanic crystal.
Yeah, and basically what it is like malpracticed sort of like you know, arcana and sort of condensed down into like a crystalline sort of form. So it's like when it's like it can potentially give you like magical powers maybe, or just get you super stoned, or bad things could probably happen. I don't know.
So, do you think you have magical powers?
Are you stupid? So she looks at her and goes, "You ever had arcanic crystal, Thea?"
No, but I've heard of it.
I used to party hard back in the day. It's like that, but imagine it being healthy for you. Huh?
Wow.
Just be glad I'm not
Interesting.
Just be glad I'm not a murderer who got a taste of acid in their blood. Well, I mean, I am a murderer. I have killed people. But I'm a good murderer. Nah? She like smiles with her fangs. Ah?
That's what I tell myself too.
I suppose we all are in a way.
Great murderers. Yup.
Wow.
But yeah, if you do see a scummy Asimir, just let me know. Is there even scummy Asimir? Whatever.
I'll keep an eye out for you. Hopefully there's something for you.
Okay, well,
Muted.
as the afternoon comes to pass, and the day coming to an end, are there any sort of conversations you guys would like to have, or things you want to do on this trip? Otherwise, we can just vwomp right to Winshire.
There are things I do want to do, but I'll go last if other people have things.
Well, let's see here. We'll just go in the order of Discord. Throg, is there anything you'd like to do or talk about in the next 3.5-ish days?
No, he just enjoys himself being in the sky. He does try to learn how to pilot this ship in a way, just kind of watching the crew do their things, maybe asking them questions. But he mainly just sleeps on the deck in the night breeze.
Okay, if you want to, go ahead and roll. I feel like piloting should be like its own check, and it should be based off of
Intelligence.
Ooh, I was going to go dex, but intelligence made sense.
I was gonna say, never mind. He doesn't sleep, so yeah, he just sits up
So-
and loves the breeze.
If you want, though, just roll me an intelligence check, but it's going to be like, considered a piloting check or whatever what we're going to call it.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay, so like you're definitely still learning, and though the temptation is hard to resist to grab the helm, which you've already been warned several times not to touch, uh, you like not you don't necessarily get a lot of hands-on experience, but th- it's not, to say it's a failure would be incorrect. This was definitely a big learning step for how it actually works when you're sort of like shadowing someone, even if it is a little bit too close.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Um, Going off of that, we have Cursebringer Mhox.
I think there's a couple things I'd like to do with Mox. Kind of being up in the clouds is giving him some innovation, like inspiration. Uh, so he kind of started getting some inklings of it when we were in Collinsburg, but we had mentioned that we wanted to set up maybe multiple locations for the standing bear. So we already have the two, but if we stood up more, how to make it feasible. So he wanted to. He's got an idea of like linking war tables, where that whenever something changes on the war table, it affects all of the world tables in the different
Cool.
uh,
Whatever
stations.
bases or whatever. Yeah.
So he kind of be writing these ideas down to because he knows that he doesn't have the magical capacity for it, but to bring forward with someone that could maybe make this happen and enchant the tables like Raiden. And then the other thing is kind of like doing like an architectural design of his cabin and like what he wants to do with the plot of land that he's been granted by Raiden. So you can start working on that whenever we're in Winshire.
Great. Okay.
World tables, I'd call them.
Going onward, we have Cassandra, and then Fia up on deck.
Cassandra's doing her medical checks with her squire in his vampiric form.
Doing quite well. This process, though very uncomfortable and inhumane, literally, it has been a pretty smooth process. There haven't been any major bumps. There's been no like concern for Richard's overall like well-being, and as it stands, seems to be, I would give it maybe a handful more days where, he probably needs some training of the vampiric ways of how to like not eat your best friend's jugular straight out of their,
The
neck.
package.
But like, he's doing pretty good.
Good. She'll basically let him like not be chained up in the bed
okay.
coffin. When
Oh.
she's in her room, she'll allow him to like be able to like sleep on the bed or walk
Okay.
around, but she
Sure.
can't let him be unsupervised.
Got it.
She's also going to be working on her mechanical arm. She's looking to create an arm blade.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Now I get to have it in my campaign. First it was Tucker, now it's me. I'm excited. Bring it on.
Yeah, she's basically like right now. If anyone comes in, she'd be like armless. It's on her table. She's like working on it, kind of dissecting
Cool.
it, putting it
Cool.
together.
If you don't mind,
Go ahead.
Not that we need to have any conversations, but just for like the camera, as it's having this sort of montage of the fast traveling portion, I like the idea of when Mox is working on his shit, like you guys are kind of like in the same space, but not necessarily sort of like binking off of each other. It just looks nice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Would he be like in my room using like my workbench, or is there a place on the ship would be, or?
I mean, it could be feasibly anywhere, realistically.
Oh, I mean
But-
that works for me.
Regardless, anything else, Cassandra?
Let me think. Not that I am aware of. Nope.
Okay.
Just
and
those are
Fia.
the two things: is keeping an eye on him, and that really.
I didn't have much in mind. I'll probably kind of do the same thing Prague is doing and just kind of enjoy being up in the air and doing my own thing. Just mostly reading, treating it kind of like downtime.
Okay. As we close in on the end of our trip, you end up coming into what turns out to be a pretty heavy storm. It's nothing that your ship is necessarily affected by on a major level, but the amount of bumping around and maneuvering that the captain is having to make in this sort of like last 4 to 5 hours of your guys' trip is pretty like, you know, unless if you specifically want to be on the top of the deck, that's fine, but it's probably safer to be down below. Welcome,
Yeah,
brother.
she'd be there. Welcome.
As lightning begins to crackle and strike down, it's in some from people in this group may look at this sort of like present, if you will, as a greeting from higher powers above. Making your trip very successful down into the city of Winshire, something immediately dawns on everybody. Though you guys needed a way to move your, goods that you can sell, the idea of like where are these airships going to be going when they're here is like immediately obvious. Like you're able to land the airship just fine, but like in the future it's probably going to be beneficial to build at least a big enough flight tower to accommodate the amount of airships that you guys have. Otherwise, the difference is like an airship being docked in the air, there's certain things that it won't have to deal with as far as like maintenance goes, as far as it being parked on the ground where Earth is. It can like, over time, it's a thing. Anyways, just pointing that out.
That's pointing it out.
To get all of the do this out of the way, we'll say that enough guards or even certain citizens that are up for the task begin unloading all the supplies that you guys had brought back from Collinsburg. And Zaphreal, we're just arriving back to Winshire from the trip. And at this point, the rain hasn't necessarily ceased. Evan, if you wouldn't mind, could we get some heavy rain kind of music going on here? Or you could even like do the 2 tabs and just play some regular shit that you normally would.
I feel like the original crew of the Standing Bear has PTSD when it comes to the rain.
Yeah, Frog loves it.
So, with all of that being said, we're arriving into Winshire, and I'll give the ball back to you guys. It's immediately warmer because of like not only the amount of fires throughout the city, but just the amount of insulation and protection from the rain that the shell gives is an immediate difference, and it's welcoming.
Cassandra's gonna take her 2 new golems, and she's gonna go talk to the king of this land.
Sure. Okay. Before you go off, there might be other people who might want to join you as far as talking to Raiden.
That's fine.
Does anybody else here want to go to talk to Raiden?
I would like to. Actually, what I want to do can actually wait until after that. I think Zaphreal would want to just go straight there to report.
So you are wanting to go to Raiden?
Yeah. I'll do the stuff I want to do after.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
anybody...
Mhox would.
I know you,
Yeah. He would want to. Yeah. I figured we'd all want to go together to report
Okay,
on
alright.
the proceedings, unless
I
Throg
just
didn't.
didn't
But
want to assume that everybody did want to. I just want,
Throg actually won't. He'll stay
Okay, of
outside.
course, dude. Of course, Evan. You're always the contraire.
Throg won't. He'll actually be a lightning conductor holding his Titan ball in the air
Oh, okay, sure.
and like charging it with lightning.
Yeah.
And if he gets hit by lightning, he tries to like shoot it out of his other arm.
Can you
Avatar
just roll
style.
for? We're gonna cut to this real quick, and then we'll move on to Raiden scene. Can you just roll for cool?
Yeah, what do we do to roll for cool?
Just roll a
Can I-
d20.
Can I say something to Throg real quick?
Sure.
Throg,
Yeah.
the best advice I can give you. Think in your mind that you are stronger than the lightning, and it will challenge you.
Well, I already thought that anyways. I'm a storm giant.
Zaphreal kind of claps and walks away.
Even though I'm small, I'm a storm giant. Don't forget it.
Oh, Evan, I think you accidentally rolled a d12 and not a d20.
Did I? Oh, I did roll a d12. Whoops.
Jump in.
17.
Cool. All right,
Good.
so I'm gonna say like you after spending just like several minutes in this downpour of a rain, like this is a huge storm that's come off from the ocean and the coast, and at some point you like shot put your fucking cannonball and it just like, and there's a little bit of a whistle. You can hear the rain just and see it just fly off. It almost looks like a comet because of the trail that it's leaving. And I'm going to say for like until I say it isn't anymore, you're just going to always do an extra d4 lightning damage because you're just charging up your ball, I guess.
That's what she
Hell
said.
yeah.
As the camera cuts back to the party, we'll say Raiden is in his throne room at the moment, but ushers the conversation to sort of like the war room where the map is and all this other junk, and it's a more like private space at least to have conversations that matter in this to this degree. So once everybody has sort of taken a seat around this large table, we'll give the floor to the Standing Bear and Evan. Yeah, feel free to play Raiden, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Xena sits down with her two golems behind her chair, just standing there.
Will you sit in a chair?
Is it a war table with chairs?
Yeah. Everyone's
Oh.
sitting around this large table that has like the war map laid out on top
Okay,
of it.
okay. King
With-
Arthur-esque.
Yeah, basically, and you're the king at the head of the round table, if that makes sense.
You got the biggest chair.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Well, he kind of has to because of his large size and his armor and whatnot. But yeah.
You know my heart.
Upon seeing Raiden enter the room, Zaphreal stands up and bows.
Xena does a very whimsical curtsy.
I do the same.
Mox not wanting to be left out, we'll give a curt nod, considering
Right.
he's the king. We were equals not too long ago, so
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and to that aspect, Raiden's like, please, skip the formalities.
Please, grovel more.
Please, all the way.
Mox, do you want to have the floor?
I can. I think I would actually defer to Endless aside from to like give the report of how things went in Collinsburg. But Mox would kind of specifically for the war table. Raiden, I had an idea. One of the things we kind of had an epiphany while we were in Collinsburg was if we stood up more standing bears and kind of use that as a way to spread our reach and help more than just the couple cities that we are a part of, one of the considerations we had is how do we share information between the different branches of the Standing Bear, and I was wondering if we would be able to enchant the war table so that they were connected. Essentially, if we put a hotspot on the war table, it would magically share that information with another war table across the continent so that all of the branches are on the same page and can coordinate strikes as needed.
Well, we could make a communication device, or I can, when I have spare time. It will. Seeing it, I don't have many downtimes. It may take a while.
Which is completely understandable. It was just a thought, and I knew that you were of the arcane gifted, so.
Well, I like the idea. The farther our reach, the more influence we can use.
And to add to that point, we have a very practical means of transferring troops and different parts to these different locations because I have some. Because, well, our mission was more than successful. We were able to acquire 2 warships.
Ah, 2 airships. I like it. And I believe one for cargo and one for the party, I would assume.
More or less. One is still under repair, from what I understand.
I'm assuming. What did you bring a larger ship with you or a smaller?
That's the smaller, the medium small vessel.
The larger ship we were able to negotiate was previously damaged, so it's being repaired and will be informed as soon as it's ready. So as of right now, we have a smaller vessel. But we did also set up trade connections in Collinsburg.
Well, I believe we can wait that time to fully get our wares going, but how much, what was this deal you made? How much do we have to use?
I think I had this written down.
I
will
did.
Oh.
Oh, did you find it? You can go.
Yeah. If you probably have a more accurate. I have some subtle notes, but let's see what you got.
It was 120 a month and 150 in medical supplies for the big airship.
120 months and how many medical supplies?
150 medical supplies. So I don't. Maybe I didn't take the best notes. That's $150 worth.
That's exactly what I had. I had $150 gold a month for medical supplies, and then it's 120 gold a month to pay for the airship crew.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds reasonable. I believe this kingdom can oversee that business. I believe, if I remember right, Raiden had a good bit of money on him.
In the meantime, Cassandra, if you want to take the floor with this space in the conversation.
Jesus Christ. Andrew?
Oh, me? Sorry. My dogs, I just left for a quick second.
Oh, it must have been right when I said something.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, with the space in the conversation, if you wanted to bring up your golems and whatnot, you could.
Lord Raiden, I have purchased 2 of these fine mechanical golems that I'm willing to donate their skills to your kingdom in favor for a piece of land.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. I'm only confused because I thought we had already made an agreement on the land.
Have we? Did we? Oh. Sorry, all the traveling makes me whimsy. Oh, if we already talked, then I mean that's great. I'll still donate them. I mean, this is a great party.
Raiden flips through his own notebook that he brought to the table. It looks like, if I remember right, the agreement was you make a knighthood here for our defenses and
he made
military
me land
might.
for that. That's right.
And I
Yes.
gave you a place in our noble court as you are seated at this table.
That's
and
right.
a piece of land.
She's like has a piece of since she's not wearing her cowl and her fencing mask, she's all like twirling her very whitish blonde hair in her finger. Yes, that's right. Yes. Great. That's great. Yes, a vampiric knighthood that will serve to defending this kingdom. And also the Raven Queen. She kind of looks aside.
That was, I believe, to be my royal guard. At least I thought so. I set the land aside right next to the keep here.
Perfect. Then I will get these two hunky junkies to start working on it. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And she just leaves.
Raiden, there was something else that happened right before we arrived to Collinsburg.
Oh.
I know you weren't necessarily... You were pretty new to the party when all the things happened to Zaphreal. But,
Yes.
Marie, we found her starved and, well, fighting for her life in the forest, and we took her in. She has reconciled with us, and she's asked us to help understand what's going on and why she has so many memories of Zaphreal. We placed her in a zone of truth and confirmed that all of what she said she believes to be true.
Well, I see. I did not personally know this individual, but I know they were deeply connected to you and the rest of the party.
The only interaction that we had, my lord, was when we were fighting for Winshire. They were trying to stop our forces.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Feels like many moons ago, that was. But why do you bring her up? I don't mind if she's in my kingdom.
She was a threat to us, and I wanted to make sure we weren't stepping on any of your toes by bringing her in.
No, that's perfectly fine. As I've said, you are part of my noble court. You are great friends and advisors to me. I know you have my best interest at heart.
Well, I wish to be as transparent, but I appreciate that. Overall, though, I'm not sure how much our wares will actually sell for in Collinsburg, but because of the quality we're able to produce and how long it's able to stay fresh, I believe that the about 300 gold a month is going to be very cheap compared to what we will earn.
Well, how much in total were we going to pay for these airships?
We covered the cost. We spent, it was somewhere around 10,000 gold, right?
I think in total, this is what I definitely didn't write down. Which
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was, I know, like almost 5,000. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Fuck, I don't remember.
All I have written down is how much we have left of the party fund, which is 1,800 gold. But we also went on a magic item shopping spree, so... for brevity's sake, We spent the better half of 10,000 gold.
Oh, I see. Raiden has currently 54,785 gold. I don't
Yeah.
know if the kingdom currently produces any passive income, but that's what he has.
I would say like that's a good sized nest egg for like maybe one or two big, like disastrous emergencies within the city, but so like I'll say if we're talking in the context of the city at large, in that way, like it's a lot of gold, but like not as much as you think it would be for the city to, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot for one player to have, but it's not really a lot for a city to have.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the cost of 300 a month is fine. That's agreeable with me.
Well, we'll let you know as soon as we know that the other ship will be running.
Endless. It's at this moment consciousness comes back to you in such a way that it was like it never was even gone. And bam, you're at the war table currently in Winshire. You flew all the way back from Collinsburg, and now we're talking about Collinsburg stuff.
Whoa. Well, good to see you all.
It's great to see you, friend.
Raiden, yes, how have you been?
Well, currently I've been fine. Overseeing Winshire's very busy work, but it's work I indulge in happily.
Good, good. Glad to hear. Is there anything I can do for you to make things easier or lighter?
No, currently you're doing fine. Procuring 2 airships was honestly an amazing leap and bound for this nation to begin making produce sales.
Yes, I would like to note that I did try my hardest to get them for free, but apparently my as he kind of like straightens out his suit a little bit, apparently my charisma is not what I expected it to be.
Well, that's fine. It sounds like the rest of the party had a great deal with that matter. It all worked out.
I have another thing that could be a potential passive income for Winshire as well. Hasn't quite started yet. But we are working on developing cosmetic surgery for if you were to have a fatal injury that left a nasty scar or anything. We're looking into using skin grafts to correct certain features on the body. My surgeons are currently training with some notes. It may be a while before it's developed, but from what I was able to talk about in Collinsburg, it may be a field that is pretty widely well received.
That sounds like a great endeavor. I'm sure plenty of noble women and men would love to get their physique updated. They're always pompous and thinking themselves to be more beautiful, so...
I guess I didn't think of it in that context. That was...
It sounds like a more premier import or export to me.
Well, it may not be as consistent as the crops, but it would bring in a pretty hefty chunk if it were to succeed.
I believe so.
But as of now, similar to what Endless had asked, is there anything that you need from the Standing Bear? Because...
Overall, currently, there's not anything pressing I can think of. I remember when I was part of the party, you all had your own things to take care of. I would much rather you focus on that than have to dawdle around here with this old bag of bones. But if there was anything just to help protect the city, is the best I can ask of you.
All right. Well then, can you do us a favor?
Anything.
If you hear anything about Saffron, let us know. Because that's one of the things that we may be checking out.
The only thing I've heard of Saffron is from Null. He's currently here in the capital helping with construction and armaments, but outside of that, that's the only thing. He doesn't like to talk about it much.
I know. Well, I think that's all I had. How about you, Fia?
That was all. I just had my notes of the costs for the airships. So that was it.
Well, with the official meeting coming to a close, everybody has their goodbyes in whatever fashion, and you all find yourselves within the city of Winshire. Do y'all want to keep the group together for combos, or do you want to be left to your own devices?
Closer to around nighttime, I want to have a one-on-one conversation with Raiden. And not with Raiden, with Null.
With Null?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Cassandra's gonna be working on the beginnings of her construction.
Sure. Okay. Mox?
Mox would stick around long enough to kind of get a game plan of when we're heading to, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but the main hub of the Standing Bear.
To Urim?
Urim, before heading to the kennel to grab Teddy, and then he's gonna head out for a run and kind of out into the rain to where like he's gonna make his plot of land to kind of like scoping it out.
Sure. Okay. Endless?
We're in Winshire, right?
Correct.
Is this where we left Jeffrey?
Yes.
Okay,
Making
so
babies.
yeah, English would want to check in with both Jeffrey and why can't I think of her name?
Xehtom.
Xehtom. Thank you. Since it's been a minute since he left, both Jeffrey here and has gotten to do like any kind of work with Xehtom.
Cassandra would actually be in that area looking to talk to some of the druids.
Okay. Well, I think Jeffrey is the main nest is actually within like one of the portion of the wall of the city of Winshire, of the shell. Anyways, Jeffrey seems to be just as fine as you last left her. She's very overwhelmed, though, because of like whatever spider instinct that is activated when the rain comes, they all sort of like go up and away. So at this moment, Jeffrey seems to be having a little bit of a break and is like, excited to be able to talk to you. Xehtom is also very responsive and seems to be very pleased that you've returned, and just a couple glances into her many eyes is a quick validation of you and your two like sort of bond and connection to each other. And Fia?
Fia's gonna go get Mindy, and if Mindy seems up to it, go on a walk. But sometimes Mindy's picky with the rain, So we'll see how Mindy seems to feel about the rain today.
Okay, well, we'll say maybe you for the first like 12 minutes you join Mhox in his little bout, but being like once you're outside of the shell of the city, it does not take long, and you were right to listen to your instincts before. And Mindy is very like unresponsive and pulling on the leash and like showing signs of like please get me out of the rain.
Yeah, we didn't last long. We're gonna go back. So I guess we'll still do a walk, but on the inside of the city. So just like kind of do laps around the outskirts where the wall is.
Okay. And just for a cool touch of flavor, I'm gonna say that you're not wet. You're the heat that you put off at this moment in time is enough to counteract the rain that's like coming off you, so you at the very least look a little steamy.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Okay. Mhox, you end up getting to a place where you've at least, for the meantime, sort of like, what's the word, plotted out your land, like, so that you can sort of like see what you're dealing with here. Endless, you're able to go over a couple routines with Xehtom and catch up with Jeffrey and kind of like keep the sword sharpened. Cassandra, as you're working on your plans, you're very excited about this. You're always, looking forward to like how you can input your creativity into your work, and approaching this sort of novel design is quite interesting. And I think maybe some more blueprinting could go into it, but like I'd say you're near the point where you can probably muster up some of the supplies that would take to make it.
Yeah, she has like her family's old blueprint for their house / training place, and she's like kind of building on top of that, adding it her element to it.
I didn't realize it was a family thing. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Dude, don't worry about it.
So I kind of take back a little bit about what I said, but it's more or less the same.
And she's gonna contact some druids to help move the earth to make a basement.
Okay.
Dungeon.
Yeah, easily enough. And in just a matter of a half an hour or so, you're able to wrangle up some people that are capable enough of accomplishing the task at hand, and they're excited to oblige, especially because of you being a councilwoman. And yeah, you did a nice big old cellar type basement laid out, and you're able to sort of, you get exactly what you want.
She looks at the golems and you're like, time to start getting some stone, my hunky tunkies. Away with you.
Having them start building the house.
She's building basically like a knight's headquarter, which will also serve as the home for the vampiric knights of the Raven Queen.
So we're talking like, this isn't like the size of like a small, one person home. Like this is a large, like the scale of the size of the building is what I'm wondering.
It's gonna definitely be quite big because it's gonna house the vampiric knights of the Raven Queen and Raiden's royal guards, basically that she's training.
Okay.
It's like a fighters guild, but it's more of a knight's hall.
Okay, so yeah, we'll now realizing that I'll kind of maybe say actually that it's going to take most of the rest of the day and maybe some of the next day to get all the efficient amount of dirt removed, just because of the spell slot power of the druids you're working with.
Troxy's druids,
aren't
absolutely.
Necessarily like the top notch, but yeah, with Fia, the walk ends up being just fine, and Mindy seems to like very much want to like be groomed. She keeps sort of like pawing at you, ready for the brush and dry towel action.
Yeah, I'll do that. And just like our dog, she likes to play a game with the towel. So she's like biting my hands through the towel and getting herself all worked up and rolling around, and don't really know. I ended up taking her inside to do it because she's just getting herself more muddy trying to roll around in the towel.
Okay. Throd, quick reminder. I know you went out into the rain. What were you doing again?
Yeah, he was just feeling his storm giant self.
Oh, okay,
and
I see.
was just kind of living in the rain, trying to call lightning down.
Though you're not able to call lightning down, we'll say that whether it's from your influence or not, there seems to be a spew of thunder that rolls in for the next several minutes. No lightning can be seen in the distance, but the thunder seems very welcoming.
Oh yeah,
and powerful.
yeah. The whole time he's like, "I am awesome."
And yeah, and you just like especially look more muscular because of the rain that's kind of dripping off of every one of your little bits.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll end off tonight with Zaphreal's conversation with who again? Null?
With Null.
Okay.
I assume that Null is trying to make his way to his like sleeping quarters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Zaphreal will knock.
Yes, come in.
It's good to see you, old friend.
It's good to see you. I've heard you've been busy.
Yeah, I've had to come to terms with being okay with the different kinds of busy. Where we've been doing a lot politically to help this town flourish. But I had to come to terms that I don't have to put my self-worth in what I defeat. Regardless, I have something important to talk to you about.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
It's actually two important things that might be damaging to hear.
Okay.
Would you be willing to come? Just like old times, we'll take knowledge run and fly up to the top of the keep.
Sure. That sounds fine with me.
Zaphreal won't say a word until.
Do you mean like on top of the shell?
Yeah.
Like outside of the city, like on top of the dome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of reminiscent of our important talk on top of the Standing Bear Tower.
Right.
Ah,
yeah,
I like
I
that.
remember this. Yeah.
Zaphreal just looks up and kind of channels, hearing like thunder in the distance, and will cast Find Steed to have Knowledgerin kind of pop out of a storm cloud and fly down to us.
As he does, with a mighty roar nonetheless. We'll say it even starts as like thunder, but produces it out of that into a roar.
Cool. I don't know if you've had the chance to ride Knowledgerin yet.
I've not. When did you gain this great steed?
We took a little trip to the Celestial Plane, and he and I are one.
Wow. I honestly just remember the days we were fighting abominations, and now you're going against, or at least meeting gods.
Yeah, lots of things have happened. And we'll fly up to the top of the shell.
Okay.
You know, as like rain is like pouring down. Null, do you still think about Saffron?
Well, every occasion the thought crosses my mind, but I've tried to bury those feelings away. I'm sure it's not healthy, but I'd make amends in my work.
I hate that I can relate to what you've just said. What started me on this journey, and what started me to even meet you, Saffron, Endless, is because I lost my wife. But
Yes, I remember that.
do you remember Marie?
If I remember right, she looked, well, familiar in a way.
I thought the same. And I just passed it off as coincidence.
So did I.
But we ran into her again on our way to Collinsburg. And, no, she is, sharing memories with Saffron that only Saffron would know.
Really?
I verified this in a zone of truth.
Yeah, that can't be. It's a funny joke, but we both know she's gone.
I want to believe that. But no, I think she's still here. And we tried to fish more information out of Marie to see if maybe this was a cruel ploy. But no. One of the next things that we do after we stop back to Urim is to try to help Marie find out if what she feels is true.
Well, I honestly don't know what to think about this situation. Honestly, it feels like a cruel joke every time I think about it.
You're a good friend of mine, Null. I almost feel like it's a betrayal to even entertain this thought, but I know if there's even a semblance of a chance that she's still here. I guess what I'm asking is your permission to see if this is a red herring or not.
I mean, you do as you must, my friend. I have my own duties to do here, but if you think this is Saffron, I would like to talk to her.
I understand.
I can't remember the last time I saw her face.
And I wish that was the easiest part for me to have this conversation, to just tell you that. Because of what she knows, and how uncannily similar she looks to Saffron. I don't know if it actually is her or not, or if she is some kind of homunculus. I can't understand. But Null, I haven't felt love for another person in quite some time. And it feels wrong. But whenever I talk to her, it's... I don't know.
You mean you love Saffron or you love Marie?
Marie, of course, I don't want to suggest that Saffron held any kind of feeling like that to me. But it's also confusing because of everything. And maybe I want to find out the answer just for my own peace of mind, but I feel like I owe it to Saffron as a friend. If she is out there, she needs help. I guess I'm in a state of unknown. But I needed to tell someone.
I respect you coming to me, but after everything me and Saffron went through, the turmoils and losing one another, finding each other again, and losing one another again, I just don't know if my heart can take it. I would like to talk to Marie, but it's hard. I've come to terms that Saffron's just gone. But if you truly believe she's still here, then I'd like to entertain the idea to at least try to help her.
All right. We will do what we can. No. Of course, with something as scrupulous as this, we can't promise anything. But I just thought you should know that we're going to try.
Well, I appreciate your help, and I really hope to see her one day again, but deep down, I hope she also isn't found.
As soon as we ran into Marie and we confirmed what she said, I felt the exact same. No.
And with that, you guys make your way off of the top of the dome, both very much drenched at this point. When everyone eventually makes their way to their quarters and beds down for the night, Evan, would you mind playing some sort of like, I'm not necessarily looking for horror stuff, but like maybe like some sort of dreamscapey type stuff? This works. That works. As the night sort of like comes to a halt and everyone goes off to sleep, Mhox, you throughout the night you end up sort of like waking up in a jolt and you find yourself sweating, and it's like remove the blanket, go back to sleep, wake up freezing, and this uncomfortableness just comes from these very, very awful dreams of, it's not necessarily reliving your experience through which you went through with the slaughter of your people, but a different perspective as if you're someone else in the crowd, and flashes of fire and heat come from you at sides that change the positioning of where you're at and when you are at in your dream, and symbols of Kezurex are flashed throughout your mind, and it jolts you up. And if you feel, never mind, let me reel that back. We'll say it's a rough night. You'll be able to continue to have a long rest, but it's pretty rough, especially because you are, like you have already reflected on the airship, in a very particular spot right now that is the hill that you were trying to get over is now it's testing you, and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it is really stressful. In addition, Zaphreal and Endless, and those that may not even be present, begin to stir in their sleep. And you both find yourselves in a very cold, blank darkness, with only your body sort of illuminated. And the only sensation that you can feel is some of the hair that's whipping that gives you the sensation of falling. But with nothing around you for like relative distance, you can't see that you're moving. When eventually you hear a cracking sound and a huge burst of light, you see a impossible view in front of you with large structures of land seemingly floating in space. And right as you try to like get your footing, you fall back into this sort of darkness, and it's at this moment you hear a very familiar cry of help come out to the both of you. Help me! And that's when you all will wake up to the sound of people walking and getting ready in the streets of this new morning in the Urim Empire.
In the Urim Empire?
Well, technically you're
I see.
within. Yeah, you're in the Urim Empire.
I understand.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we're going to take a quick little break.
Oh, cool.
We'll come back to the party getting ready to leave for Urim. Well,
Anyways.
Can we get some? It's a sunny day, but we had all that rain, and now it's nice, sunny, traveling white skies. Going to be a perfect flight for Urim. So we'll say all the supplies that you might need for this quick trip over to the capital are brought on by the crew, and we can sort of like pick up there with you guys just getting. We'll say that you guys had another early morning, mostly because half the group had some dream-like stuff going on last night, and we'll say everybody is bright and ready for the travel to go to Urim about at 7:30. Gravebones will be staying behind this trip. She needs to work on some things, so she won't be coming.
After Cassandra is brought aboard in a coffin, she pops out of it, goes, God, I hate traveling that shit, so stuffy. And she gets up and kind of starts going over her blueprints, just kind of pacing in the lower decks.
Okay.
Cassandra, I'm not exactly inclined in the arcane, but do you think there's a magical means to make that bigger than what it appears to be on the inside?
If I divided 0 plus the 4, it would equal fuck off. As she just walks away from you.
Well,
Damn.
With everybody else getting upon the ship and it being risen, the last little bit of levers are pulled, and the airship will make its very slow ascent to about, we'll say, 3,000 feet, 5,000 feet. And we're going to be, it's going to be like maybe, oh shit, hold on, I gotta look at the fucking map again. Hold please. Things to know. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, hold on. It's going to take you 2 days to get to Urim. Well, about 3. Urim's like almost equidistant to Collinsburg. Collinsburg is a little bit further.
Endless.
English yawns and stretches. Yes, Zaph.
I had a strange dream last night.
It's funny that you say that because so did I. I think that's why I'm so tired this morning.
You made me want to yawn over here, dude.
I found myself in an abyss of sorts, kind of looking at an infinite space and hearing this scream. And it's all I really remember. It was a very, it felt like a sleepless night when I woke up. Did you have a similar experience?
You see, Inglis has raised an eyebrow at you as he kind of like leans in and he goes, Zaph, did we have the same dream?
Maybe.
I don't remember seeing you there, but I do remember almost everything that you just recollected.
I'm not sure if I recognized the scream. But it could be a trick of magic, it could be many different things. Or it could be a cry for help.
That's a good question, DM. Would we have recognized like anything that happened in this dream?
You're going to need to roll either Arcana, History, Religion, maybe. And I'm open up to other skill checks if you can make it work.
If
Those are
we-
the 3 I'm
If we go based off of history or like memory, could we do that at advantage trying to brainstorm it together?
I'll give one of you like you're assisting the other, and whether that means you're helping remember or helping give more context to some of the things that you were shown in the dream. So, yeah.
Zaph, what's your buff on history?
6.
Okay, I will assist you.
Okay.
You like rubbing his temples while he's thinking?
Yeah, I'm like, think.
That's a 16.
It's a 13 for Inglis.
Though a lot of your dream took place in a sort of black expanse, there was a brief moment in both of your guys' dream where you were shown a great spatial oddity with large chunk land masses just floating in what is otherwise like infinite nothingness, and between your two, doing the noodle dance, you surmise that could have been an image of the god damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. I hate that I'm fucking this up. The fucking it's not the abyss. It's
The ethereal plane,
no, it's not the ethereal. The astral sea. There we go.
the astral sea. Fia may know about it, but I don't know if I've ever heard much of this place.
I do not think it's a coincidence that we shared a similar dream, and I don't think it's something that we should heed lightly either.
I agree. Maybe it's something trying to bait me in, but I can't ignore that scream.
He gives you a nod of approval. I agree.
Well, I'll do some thinking, see if I can figure something out.
Maybe somebody else had a similar dream as well.
Maybe. One other thing, Endless. I was honest with my feelings with Cassandra, and it was not received well. I don't know how to handle this situation.
Are you referring back to on the ship when you spoke with her?
Unfortunately, I thought it would just tide over, but maybe that's part of the reason why it's still a problem.
I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told her after you left. We are all our own people. We all have our own thoughts, morals, virtues. And where sometimes they collide, deep down, what I've seen with the Standing Bear, with the people that we associate with, truly at heart, we all do want the same thing. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.
Oh my god, you get advantage. I mean, a fate point for that.
That was amazing. Leadership.
Do you think I should try to fix it? Or do you think it will resolve itself? I feel if I go to talk to her about this, that we'll run into the same impasse.
I think maybe letting some time, maybe some slight distance, not too much, just to let hot heads cool between the both of you. I'm not going to play off as if it's greater on one side or the other. I feel like what happened between you two was just a conflict between two heads. Maybe give it a little bit and try to have a true heart-to-heart with her. I know I've known Cassandra for a very long time, and believe me, she's a hothead. But in the end, when you come at her with your heart and your feelings in the right place, she sees that. And I think you guys might be able to have a cooler and better conversation then.
Maybe I was too forward. And
Oh.
I have a lack of understanding of her faith. So it wasn't just the altercation, it was a breach of trust on my part. I'll take some time to think on this.
But also remember, Zaphreal, she has very little understanding of your faith as well. Faith is a very powerful thing to each and every one of us, and where I may not strictly follow cord like you do, I've gotten to know more because of you.
Thank you, Endless.
Damn.
Your advice is truly helpful, my friend.
Of course, and he, in good old English fashion, like, grabs you for a nice bear hug embrace.
Zaphreal physically holds back, because newfound strength might actually hurt him.
Oh my god. I don't want to break his spine.
Yeah,
Um,
Zaphreal's sitting at a nice crisp 25.
Oh yeah.
Mox, did you want to have the floor for anything of this trip?
At some point, he would want to kind of meet up with Zaphreal and Fia to kind of discuss the Obsidian transceiver sort of device with them.
Okay.
Like, I think Mox has given an overview to the group about what happened in the prison, but hasn't gone into like details on what it means particular. I don't think.
Yeah, let's say on the first day, halfway through your let's say around 4, we meet up and talk.
I know we've talked in the past about some of my back history, but while we're in Collinsburg, the thieves, in whatever roundabout way, were doing this on behalf of Kezurex. While
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll ask after.
while I've kind of moved on, like we talked, Zaphreal, I don't think this is something I can idly let go by, knowing that Kezurex enjoys chaos and just darkness. He's goes around wiping out civilizations on a whim. I've got this transceiver. I haven't figured out how to activate it, and I'm not sure I should be activating it. But I don't think it's something that we can just let go. The reason why I brought this up with you, aside from kind of knowing my past, is you both are a little bit more magically inclined. Is there anything you can make out of it as he hands it over?
Mox, I'm not exactly fit for the arcane, but I can see if I can recall any religious text that speaks of this. But I will tell you, my friend, if this Kezurex fellow is as dangerous to civilization as we know it, and it's important to you, and it's not only important to me as a knight of the Order of Seraphim, but also to you as your friend. I will help you with this.
Thank you.
I'd like to roll a religion check to see if I know anything based off of religious text.
Okay. What kind of angle do you want to take that? Via more of like an arcane angle, or what? I guess a history check could suffice.
I was gonna ask, like, do you know what this is supposed to do when it's activated, or is that what you're wanting us to find out?
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, I don't know how to activate it. The thieves were fairly vague.
But do you know what it does when it does get activated?
They were receiving their orders on what they needed to do through this transceiver. So, at some point, they were in communication with Kezurex or someone working for Kezurex. But
Okay, so we kind of want to track this back to Kezurex then?
essentially, yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm not necessarily arcane inclined, but we have used sending stones in the past. Maybe this is a one-way version of that.
Which is why I took it, is if it's only Kezurex able to reach out, I figure having it and receiving the message and being able to intercept was a good approach. Not ideal, because if we're at least one step ahead, that would be better, but...
Alright.
But I do like an Arcana check to see, I don't know, who created it. Maybe that could take me back to Kezurex.
Yeah. Make an Arcana check.
Was a history roll okay with you?
Um.
Or, I mean, a religion check?
Upon further inspection, there aren't like a lot of like religious texts necessarily.
Could I instead try to recall something historically wise that could have been similar to this?
Like if you recognize this style of
Yeah.
device.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. I'll say a history check, sure.
Okay.
What was that, Pia?
I rolled a 7. Not very great.
I also rolled a 7, but mine was a nat 1.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Sophia, you know that there is like, especially in the field that you're most common with, as far as like obtaining sensitive information, it is not an incredibly easy thing to do, but it is possible to sort of like translocate a like, you know, in this instance, be able to sort of trace back to a specific location where it may be sending, messages through. Though that's not your specialty. That was more of a worms thing, and we know what happened to with worms.
Okay.
So it's possible. Like maybe if you find the right contact or somebody, they could it could be done.
We might be able. I don't know. This was more Worm's specialty, but if we can't figure it out, we might be able to take it back to Gravebones and Lock and Key and see if they might be able to. It is possible to determine like where it's the messages are coming from. Basically, I just don't necessarily have the skills to do it.
Understood. Well, I thank you both. It was one of those. It was a rough night. It was almost like I had received some sort of premonition, and it's got me concerned. It was an out-of-body sort of experience, reliving what happened to my village, but from someone else's perspective. And the short of it is, I don't want anybody else to go through that type of thing.
Did you hear any strange sounds during that dream?
Nothing out of what you would expect in that sort of situation. The village was on fire. Several people were screaming. It's not an event I would want anybody to live through.
Endless and I shared a dream last night that kept us awake. Us falling into this endless abyss with a view of an endless nothing. We both heard the same exact scream, only to wake up to the noise of the bustling of our town. I don't know if those events are related.
Well, they say, 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a reality?
I'm not sure that we experienced the same thing as you, only that all 3 of us had a strange dream.
Well, unless we have more to work off of, I feel that we're probably at an impasse with this, and probably just keep our contacts in the loop to any sort of happenings with the same sort of emblem the thieves had. It was pretty distinct, so I think it should be easy to pick out if we see it again. So,
our steward at headquarters, Malin, he has a lot of contacts within Urim. He could potentially help as well.
sounds
And
good.
with that, the camera will slowly trail behind the airship as you guys continue to fly briskly in a north-western direction. At the end of your travels, you're welcomed quite professionally and moved quite fast through the process of, docking and whatnot. The logistics here are to a pinpoint, and it doesn't take but not an hour for everybody to eventually to come to the main headquarters in the second middle district here within the city of Urim. Your beautiful tower, and it's never been so immaculate. It's been it's cleaned routinely, and there's not a single weed in sight. In fact, you see a large group now exiting what you believe to be a huge party consisting of 8 or maybe even 9 now that you're counting. And Endless and Zaphreal both have like a thought cross in the back of their mind, like, 9? Are you serious? 9 people at a party? As you guys enter in, Malin seems to be really overburdened right now with the amount of people he's dealing with. But you guys are at your first home.
Malin.
Oh, you're back. Oh, and he just kind of walks up. Hello, how are you? I'm glad you've returned. As he sort of like bows in a very sort of petty kind of way.
No need to do that to me now, Malin. Endless is now in charge.
Oh shit.
Zaphreal. That's very funny.
Zaphreal is keeping his very stoic, placid demeanor.
And you see his jaw drop suddenly, and the huge anime sweat just like slide down the side of his face. Gah! As he sort of like looks up to you, Endless. Oh, it's, you see, Sir Endless, it's only funny because you are such a funny guy. As he just smiles and tries to bow politely.
You see English as he like takes like the halberd and like stamps it on the ground next to him and stands up, like upward. Kind of clears his throat a little bit, like.
Ah, yes. Oh, is that a new leather that you're wearing there? Look quite divine. Oh, and actually, there's some things I need to get to, so if you don't mind, I'll just... And he just kind of like backs up very quickly and just turns around.
Well, this place is nice. So, this is where y'all originally are from, huh?
Well, this is where the Standing Bear was officially recognized as a guild.
Oh, I feel like I'm standing on historic ground.
Cassandra's gonna hook Fia's arm and is like, we are going shopping. We're in a fucking city, my girl. A city.
The guards are really uptight here. But
We'll just
sure.
flash my tits.
I'm just letting you know it's not as fun as you'd think because the guards are so uptight, but we can still go shopping.
I bet they're so uptight they've never seen some scandalous beauties before them. We'll get away with it. Just follow my lead.
Sure. We'll see about that.
So, are you trying to do this right now? Are you?
No, this is just like us
Oh,
going
okay,
off
I
to
see,
hang
I see.
out. I'm
Okay.
trying to spend some time with Fia, basically.
Okay.
Get a makeover, get our nails done, get some clothes. Who knows?
Real quick question.
Yes?
I can't remember the name of the other employee that you have that takes care of basically all
dwarf.
the grunt work stuff that Malin doesn't. What's her name?
Yeah, it's the
Saria.
Saria, and then what's the other guy? Zim? Oh, no, it's something with a Z, right?
The treasurer is Zanzibi.
Zanzibi. Yes.
Oh, that
Okay.
he
Yeah.
sounded like a surfer druggie.
The
Yes,
notes
the
I have
surfer guy. Yeah.
the notes I have for Zanzibi is he's an elf, blonde skin, 29 with a dry personality.
Yeah, and one time Endless tried to hook him up with fucking
Goblin Bush.
Yeah. So I want to just quickly have this sort of moment go by as everybody starts to kind of like settle in. Some of the potential guildmates slash adventuring parties that are here have either collected their payment or their next job, and it's not after about half hour. It goes to a more private, you know, space with nobody in it but the group. At which point, the entire staff, Malin, Saria, and Zanzibi, come to address the group as Malin looks to you, Engless, and he says, "So, normally I wouldn't think of things being such a I don't know. I don't really dibble dabble in the woo, but essentially what I'm trying to say is myself and everyone here included, the other night had a very peculiar dream, and I don't know what to make of it.
Did you experience like a dark void and then some scream?
And his mouth just kind of drops, and he says, and behind him, Zansby is like, "Oh, whoa! So you had the same dream too?"
There he is.
I guess it's not just you and me, Endless.
I just like don't know what that. And Malin interrupts. "That's enough out of you, Zanzibi. So we're just a little concerned, and it seems like you're already on top of it. So great." And he bows and he tries to like eject out, unless if everybody else has anything else to say.
Malin, just to inform you of some plans that may not be happening soon, but are in the works. We are trying to franchise the Standing Bear to have more locations throughout the Plioris.
Good gods.
It seems like the Standing Bear is getting quite popular since the last time I saw it.
At the very least, it's quite the venture.
In
Just
addition,
keep in mind. Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead, please. No, go ahead.
we're looking at potentially connecting war tables via an enchantment. So if we don't already have one here, we'd like to establish one that we could connect to the one in Winshire as a test of its efficacy. And finally, have you seen this symbol before, as he kind of shows the emblem that the thieves were wearing? We encountered it in Collinsburg, and it's related to a demon named Kezurex, who we feel is starting to make moves on this plane. So any information of any attacks or going-ons with this emblem would be of utmost importance.
Malin just kind of puts his hand to his jaw as he sort of looks up to think. Well, I guess there have there was an adventuring party about maybe a month ago. Some job outside of town. It was some farming village up north. You know, there was some sort of crop tampering and, you know, things of the like. It was a small job. We didn't make too much, and he kind of like flips through like a mini sort of ledger that he like has on his pocket, and he just kind of looks at it. Yeah, it was only 220 gold, but it was snuffed out. I guess what I'm trying to say is the people at, you know, doing this seem to have that marking, but it was sort of tattooed on their neck. So the adventuring party was, hold on, the Goosemens. They're kind of a ragtag bunch. You know, they just want to make the world a better place and maybe a little too hard-headed to realize that sometimes they might not be helping it so much.
Cassandra just starts laughing out loud when he says the Gooskins.
The
Yeah, Throg's
Goosemens.
like,
Goosemens.
goose.
Are they housed here? Are they?
They are guild members. It doesn't look like they're on a job. You may be able to find them. And he gives you like an address. Occasionally they may pop into the guild, but like you could. It's within this district, just a couple blocks down, essentially.
Perfect.
Well, if you don't mind, I must be excused. I have a lot to do. And again, sorry, Sir Endless. I promise that I think you are very mature and capable. As he sort of like smiles crookedly and bows and leaves the room, and as well, he kind of drags along Saria and Zanzabi with him.
Zaphreal is going to lean over to Endless's ear. You need to practice your stoic face. He's not going to take you seriously.
Noted.
Well, now that the weasel left the room.
He's a
what do you do?
hard-working guy, but yeah, he needs
I
a leash
bet.
for sure. Well, that's great news. We have a potential lead, Mhox.
It appears so. I think the thing that's interesting is both of these instances seem to be almost, I would say, petty crime. Which is concerning is how wide is the network and what's the bigger ploy? Is all these minor thieves type attempts, what's it for?
Well, the thing that confuses me, Mhox, it could be petty thievery, but if they're accepting jobs and they're being completed without complaint, how petty could it be?
Oh, did I misinterpret that, DM? I thought it was this group stopped some crime stuff, and they had the people they stopped had the emblem
Yes.
tattooed.
The people they stopped. I thought it was
Yeah.
the people that accepted the quest.
No,
I was gonna say that's way that would have been way
Okay.
more interesting to be
No.
honest, but
That was my misunderstanding. It seems like we have a location to go to.
Yeah, Throg is lost.
Don't worry, I'm on your same page, buddy.
Yeah, honestly, I just recently learned how to count to 7, so my brain's shot.
Oh, I have a quick lesson for you. Just remember, 7 is a dangerous number because 7, 8, 9.
Oh my god. I can't believe he just did that joke.
I don't know what to say to that. That was pretty intelligent. I think you could replace Cass as my teacher with that kind of work.
You already could feel her just glaring at you.
Yeah, dude. That was so slick, it was slippery.
Oh my
Wait, glaring?
god.
Glaring at who?
Oh, Zaphreal. As you say, you can replace Cassandra.
well, Throg, if you'd like to join your new teacher, we may go check on these Goosemen to see if they have more information on the individuals they stopped. It appears that they're related to the thieves we interrogated in the prison that you so eloquently put them in their place.
Ah, killing people. That's my expertise right there. Let's go kill some bitches.
Well,
Fair enough.
okay, fair enough, Mom says. What could you say, really? So we have Group A going shopping doing like a thing, a little bit of a girls' day or whatever it sounds, and now we have a group B going to this Goosemens place to get more info. Do we have a group C forming, or Endless? Do you want to tag along with? What do you want to do?
Yeah, Angelus will tag along.
I think not to. I don't have anything super specific, so we don't have to focus on me. But Zaphreal is going to start gathering his things from his office.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll just say that's what you're doing.
He's going to just help maintain and kind of notify the rest of the staff and any adventures that may be coming in of the change of leadership.
Okay.
He's basically going to be acting as receptionist for the time being.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, so it's like that whole like cute CEO doing like the flipping the burgers.
I stupid.
Yeah, sure.
I'm here if you guys need me. You know?
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that. Okay, well, we will start this venture off with Fia and gosh dang it, Cassandra. And I don't know if you do have an umbrella of some sorts.
Yeah, we could just say she does. Very
Okay.
fancy umbrella.
Okay, cool. I'm thinking something that kind of has like Wednesday Adam vibes.
Absolutely, but there's like this little like cloth that kind of hangs down on the edges that go like
Okay.
to her shoulder, so it's like even more a little gothic.
Okay, sure. And it's like a little sheer.
Yeah, you get
Okay,
it.
cool. All right. Anyways, yeah, it's up to you guys are in on the town.
Fia, darling, we need to get us some dresses, and then something scandalous, and then maybe some lingerie. Is there not someone in your love life right now?
No, there isn't.
Curl, you are killing me. There's hot water, but no tea. We need you to find like some cutie, even like a one-night stand. I could just find something to put my teeth in right now.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's not necessarily up my alley, you know, those one night stands. Don't know how I feel about that.
Do you have like, I know that you're like, you know, consistently on like some type of high temperature, but like, are the cobwebs down there fireproof or?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Well,
Damn.
wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, Cassandra, I don't even know what to say to you right now.
What? I tried to help you. You cannot be telling me you do all this fighting, go through all the muck, and you don't have someone to, how would it be your personal chiropractor for your back.
Listen, since you've been around, or maybe the last couple weeks, is the most downtime we've had. Usually we're so busy, there's just no way to make that happen. And how can you when you're also like traveling so often? You can't like get to know anybody.
I mean,
So-
do you have to get to know the dick you're writing?
Damn.
Well, maybe if you're me, I said I don't do one night stands.
You are just gonna have a hard time as an adventurer then. I mean, like, you're not dating anyone in the group, and you're not gonna, you know, find someone to ruffle with for just once in a while. Girly, let's still get you a makeover. Let's get her hair done, some makeup. Maybe you'll win the heart of some 70-year-old politician. Huh?
I'm down for the first part. Let's go do the makeup and spa day.
She like kind of grabs her arm and brings you in close. She goes, bet, but if we find a cutie, I get to drink first. And
Oh
she
my
just pulls you
gosh.
forward.
Oh, that's great. We'll say a lot of the like finer shops can be found here in the middle district. though,
Okay.
you can find comparable, like, because like the first district, the outer ring of the city, is very much like where most of the trade happens. However, it's kind of a wash sometimes. So we'll say that collectively, you guys can spend about 40 gold and get an outfit or two, and that would also account, take into account the spa day, you get the whole cucumber treatment and the whole hot mud bath or whatever the fuck it is.
Yes, and like as Cassandra comes out, she's gonna come out in one of her new dresses.
Okay.
And this is the
Describe-
dress.
yeah, I was about to say, what does it look like?
Of course.
Cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It has some like Jasmine vibes. I don't know why. It's like at the end of the movie when she's all chained
Oh,
up
I
and
could
stuff.
see that. Yeah, and then like, but her upper body has like a lace of a black floral kind of design that covers her entire hands, arms, and like her upper body up to her neck, basically.
Okay. Okay. Do you have an idea of like a nice dress or something that you want to pick out?
She is not much of a dress gal, so she went with more like and she also has a hard time getting herself away from black. So she went with like
That's fair.
a long, like one of those rompers that are like pant rompers, but it kind of looks like a dress because the legs are so flowy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
she went with something like that instead, and it I'm trying to decide what the top is. Probably like a halter neck. It kind of looks more casual for her because she's always in leathers, so it looks like a little more comfy and flowy. So it's a nice change.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. And also, we'll say the whole makeover is taken into account, and you end up spending quite the nice afternoon here in the city of Virum. We'll move over to Group B. As y'all are strolling down the streets, you do get acknowledged by a pair of guards that are walking down the same sidewalk that you guys are. Which I want to remind you, this city very much has like an 18th century Victorian type of architecture, and the roads are completely cobblestone. Like there is no dirt or anything. There's also sidewalks that are made for most of the people to walk, though some people don't. It's kind of like you use it, you don't use it, whatever. You make your way down a couple blocks. Oh, the guards! They are going to acknowledge you. They recognize your standing bear regalia, and they give you a little small respectful salute, and they just say thank you, and they appreciate what the guild is doing for the city. And as you make your way down, you find a corner lot that seems to be what is it called, a quadplex? Is that what it would call it? It's essentially this little section of a house. You walk up to the front door, and in not such a very professional way, you see a plank of wood that is polished and refined, but carved poorly is the name Goosemens above the threshold.
Well, I am fairly confident we found the place. He gives a knock on the door.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, was it just me and him going? Sorry.
No,
No, it should have been.
Throd and Endless. Anyways.
Yeah, I think this is the place. Sorry, I was recounting my math.
You were just trying to figure out how to pronounce Goosemens because you're trying to read it.
I thought it was goose eggs, honestly.
I was taking in my 2.4 seconds of the scenery.
No, it's all good. As you knock, you end up having to knock a second time until before you hear, "Hold on, hold on." The door sort of opens wildly, and before you see a man just wearing a loincloth that has a light tan color, with a very large set of muscles. He's about as tall as you, Mox, human. He's pretty ripped, and you see two other people behind him. One being a Goliath who's also ripped but just much taller, and a dwarf who's also. They're all wearing loincloths at the moment. You're not sure if this is like what they usually wear or if you're just catching them on a Monday.
Spicy.
I see the loincloth garb is catching on. Trendsetter.
It allows for that kind of flexibility, you know? And he kind of like squats.
Yes, and it keeps the swamp ass at a minimum. It's very good when you are flexing and killing people.
Oh, Throg, we don't need to know about your swamp ass.
It's
very musty and dusty down there.
You just see this individual just kind of go, huh? And at which point, he notices the regalia that you guys wear and very quickly puts together like, oh shit, oh fuck, lads, attend hut, sorry, and he backs up, please come in, and after just a few minutes, some chairs are pulled out for those who want to sit, and the man who had answered the door, he says, "Well, I believe some introductions are made to be had. We are," as they all say in unison, "the Goosemens," and they all flex wildly.
That's amazing.
He tries to like lead on to the fact that they are quite successful, before saying, "All right, well, anyways, my name is Benson. That there is Terry," as he points to the Goliath, and he's Charles, but we just call him Chuck, as he points to the dwarf, as they all kind of like head nod.
Well, I appreciate the niceties. I am Mox. This here is the current leader of the Standing Bear. I'll hand it over to you.
And he just gives a head nod.
Sir, were you passing this introduction on to me?
Yes.
Yes, I think he was talking to you, English. By the way, my name's Throg while he's not talking.
Oh my god.
He stands up straight and says, yes, I am the newfound leader of the, Standing Bear. I do apologize that we, caught you on wash day.
Oh, we wear them all the time.
Right.
And Terry, the Goliath, kind of leans down. And even when it's raining.
Oh my gods.
Throg
You know-
head nods to that comment, yes.
It looks very fashionable. Do you have any extras? Maybe a changing room?
Well, we all kind of have enough for the week, you know. There's not enough to share.
I have an extra pair of English. I'll give it to you, don't worry.
He looks up at you, Throg, and he goes, you know, thank you, Throg.
Your whole body could fit in like one.
Yeah, it might be a poncho if you get one from Throg.
Yeah, it's no big deal. You gave me spider clothing, I give you Throg clothing. Here you go.
Perfect. You know, I don't want to have to take off my whole garb right now. Well, I'll change into it later, Throg. We'll have a fashion show for the others. Anyways.
Great idea.
Yes.
Oh my god, Frog.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Fucking wild. I love it.
While discussing our attire and wardrobe is enlightening, it's not why we're here. We caught wind from Malin that you handled some banded thieves with this emblem tattooed on their necks.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a couple weeks ago, I think, and Terry kind of pipes in. Yeah, they were setting fire to some guy's crops and killing some of their cows. It wasn't like a super big deal, but it was something that kept happening over a course of weeks. So that's when we got called in. We didn't kill them, but they were eventually arrested, and that was kind of all. That was it.
They seem to have any other sort of connections that you're aware of, or did you simply have them arrested? It's more just trying to determine whether or not I need to go to the prison here in Urim or not.
At which point Benson was like, "Well, yeah, they seemed, I don't know, not in a proper state of mind. It was hard to really. It was almost rageful, but like not. And trust us, we know a thing or two about rage." As they all kind of hoorah. But this shit was different. Eventually they snapped out of it, but they weren't keen on talking too much, other than that it can't be stopped. So that's when we were like, all right, that's enough of this shit. And we just tossed them over to the guards.
Well, that's not concerning at all that they'd make an ominous threat about it can't be stopped, but
Look, pal, we beat their skulls in. I'm surprised he was even talking. With all due
I'm not.
respect.
It's not me discrediting your guys' service. It seems you did exactly what you needed to do, given the information you had. They're imprisoned here, or as far as you know.
Yes,
Well, thank you for the niceties with the chairs and everything. Unless or Throg, unless you have something else, I think I will probably make my way to the prison to see if I can find these individuals.
Yes, no, you have been exceedingly enlightening. Tell me, did you beat their skulls in, loincloth and all?
Oh, yeah, seriously. And this whole time, the dwarf in the back has just kind of been silent, but you see him kind of like emoting, you know? Like a hype man, but he's like not speaking. He's just kind of like, you know.
Listen, I don't.
At which point Benson's like, "Oh, it wasn't pretty. In fact, I dare say it was one of our best performances of all time."
Listen, I don't want to say that I fight dirty or anything, but you might want to like think about maybe like proper armor or something, because if it was me, I would go for the old dick twist. Anyways, it has been nice speaking to you all. I think we should adjourn to the prison.
Right. And right as like you're about to walk out the door, like the door is closing, he finally gets like the courage to be like, "Maybe think about us in the future," as the door closes.
Stupid.
Yeah, Throg was gonna ask him if they wanted to join them, but he thought it was overstepping leadership.
As you guys make your way to, what you end up finding out is, there are a smatterings of jails throughout the city. They're, essentially, what you end up looking for is just for is a let's give it a name. We'll call it Stone Peak. It's a jail here within the second district, and upon entering the vicinity, You're greeted with the one of the two receptionists that are both females, humans that are like in their 50s. One looks up at you. Hello there. What can I do for you all today?
We made our way to the jail cell.
We're
Not
just
quite.
we're looking for a couple of individuals that should have been incarcerated recently with this emblem tattooed on their neck.
And I'm assuming you'd like to speak to them?
Hopefully.
If it's allowed, that is.
Yes.
Well, can you make a persuasion check for me?
Ooh.
From Mox.
It's 15.
She actually recognizes that you guys are in the Standing Bear. It seems that you're quite well known here within at least the second district of the city, and upon which your reputation of the guild itself sort of supersedes you, and immediately she just replies with, of course. I think they're just down the hall, and then if you take a left, and she gives you some bullshit instructions that eventually leads you guys to a series of holding cells that's meant to hold like 30 or 40 people at a time. And within one of the holding cells, you're able to point out the individuals that you are looking for. There seems to be 3 of them. They're all human. They're all seeming to like look malnourished in a certain way, with shaved heads.
Well, good afternoon. I was wondering if you'd care to enlighten us on what it was you were doing and why.
Muted.
One of the individuals kind of leans in towards the bar. I don't think so. And he just kind of like steps back a little bit. We already talked to the freaking guard, so talk to them.
I
Well-
grab him as he tries to lean back. I think so.
Make an athletics check for me real quick.
Will do.
Oh shit. It almost probably is not going to matter.
Watch him be like super slippery.
15.
Yeah, you like immediately like you nearly miss his throat and grab the scruff of his like inmate shirt that he's currently wearing, and as you pull him back, you kind of like on the bars a little bit. He goes, oh god, you can see his nose is starting to bleed as you kind of have him in your grasp.
Yeah, flicker of red in Throg's eye. Talk.
As you can see, well, my tone may lead you to believe that I'm the bad cop. My friend here, Throg, is indeed the bad cop. So the nicest you're going to get is from me. Now, the guards probably didn't know what the emblem on your neck is, but I do. So I want to know what you're doing for Kezurex and why.
He just like looks at you. I've never even met the guy. Look, we were just trying to make some money. All right, that was it. And all we had to do the work was get this. And he kind of like points at it, but he's so like weak and like skinny that his hand just like kind of shakes. Especially, he's kind of in a state of shock right now after getting blasted into the iron bars. You see the other 2 guys who are at this point not talking, but afraid to like leave the situation just because they saw what just happened to the other guy. Look incredibly nervous that homeboy is talking.
So you've
Why weak and malnourished?
We don't eat. And he just kind of like tries to spit, but his spit's so dry it just kind of lands on the side of his face.
So, are you aware that you effectively made a pact with a demon for money?
Look, I may not look like the smartest guy, but I didn't make no contract with a demon, okay? That's enough. And like, get your hands off of me. And he tries to like pull out of your grasp, but like you're much too strong, Throg.
Yeah, no.
So, let me enlighten you then. Kezurex is a demon, and you put his emblem on your neck, effectively sealing a pact. So, while you might not be overly bright, pretending like you know more than I do on this individual is laughable.
You see the other two guys now like look at each other and like both kind of go to touch their neck. As the guy who's in the grasp just kind of like, and the information received is jarring, and he is kind of speechless at the moment as he kind of murmurs, and his nose kind of continues to bleed and now drip onto the floor.
The other members of the Standing Bear that apprehended you mentioned that it seemed like you guys weren't fully cognizant when they encountered you. Do you guys black out whenever you're sent on task?
No, it's and with the reality of the situation kind of recontextualizing certain moments in the past, you can see him just sort of like start to rebuild certain like events in his head. We just felt confident and we knew what to do, and we did it.
Like you were imbued with power.
Yeah. Right.
Did you receive your orders via a device like this?
And he just like without saying anything nods his head.
Is it one-way communication?
As far as we can tell, we've never been able to talk in them, but look, I might have a name, but if I tell you, will you let me go? Please.
Well, Throg, unless you have some other burning questions, or you endless, I think this is about all we're going to get out of these individuals. They've never met him in person. And unfortunately for you folks, I think you probably bit off more than you can chew. Undoing a pact with a demon is a tall order.
Yeah, Throg lets him go.
At which point he kind of sorry, go ahead, Endless.
No, he was just agreeing.
Yeah, he once you let go of him, he kind of like falls on to his ass and kind of clambers to the floor. As he starts to pick himself up, look, you can try looking into this guy. His name is Marcus Osiris, and he's the one who got us into this in the first place. We all made our own decisions, but he seemed to play a big role in things. You're muted.
I appreciate your willingness to give us the information, but I wish you the best of luck. In my opinion, it wasn't worth it, as Mhox turns and leaves.
Damn. You're cold as fuck, Mhox.
As Throg leaves.
Yeah, dude, they don't move until you start to turn your body. So like the immediate threat isn't currently facing them. Uh, they don't even feel necessarily that safe behind the bars. So, you guys exit the jail and are able to, I guess, reconvene back at the. We'll just reconvene back at the tower. We'll say at this point after all this stuff, it's about, evening hours, like maybe almost dinner time, 8 o'clock or so.
You guys all walk into the Standing Bear's tower, and you see Zaphreal sitting at the front desk organizing, and it looks pristine. Like, so incredible. Like, everything is put exactly right. Pencils are lined up symmetrically, and like all of the ledgers have been organized in a way that it definitely was not before.
Wow.
Cassandra comes in. I'm sorry, she's so petty. Cassandra comes in wearing her new dress and sees you there. She goes, "Look, an oversized paperweight."
That's funny. Here, let me show you what a real paperweight is like, and throws his hammer at her.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are we
Let me see
talking
your
like a
real
full-on throw, or are we just like?
I mean,
just trying to
he's
catch
not-
The
off
Thor
guard?
where it stops right in front of her face.
Right.
He's not like
I thought you were
with the intention of hurting, but it definitely
like
throws it in
catching.
the direction.
Oh well, with my 19 strength, I'm gonna roll. Can I roll a strength check to catch?
No, we'll just say you do. He doesn't throw it hard enough for you to make a check, but it does maybe send you back half an inch because he is still Captain America the fuck out.
She slides back a little bit and goes, there's always gonna be settled in a different way.
Oh, I was just showing you my paperweight. If you really want to show it in that kind of way, I believe you are outmatched.
Oh my god.
Oh, really? How about we have a friendly spar?
You hear ah! As on top of this staircase, Malin starts to come down. There will be no fighting in this tower. I swear to it.
She hisses at him, baring her fangs.
Yeah.
He goes
like,
back
who the fuck are
upstairs.
Yeah. It's like
He
a
says,
fucking
"Nope."
random human mortal coming up to Titans like, don't do it. It's like, who are you?
Right.
She just drops his hammer and goes, "I'll be outside." As she summons her sword and walks out. And the dress.
Okay. All right.
Well, it looks like you were productive, Zaphreal. We got to meet the... What's the word I want to use? Flamboyant? Goosemen? They were very eccentric. I think they are definitely an interesting group that has been added to the Standing Bear.
Yeah,
Throg-
Zaphreal will look through the ledgers that he organized. You're talking about the loincloth people.
Yes.
In their file, there's a distinct note that was made, probably by one of the members. Lots of muscle, lots of rage, and it seems like they are a group of only barbarians. Just a bunch of beefed out dudes.
They were friendly enough. So it appears the people they apprehended had been lighting this farm on fire for some reason, and had been marked by Kezurex with a tattoo, or was it a brand?
It was a tattoo.
Zaphreal's expression immediately changes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. So we went and met with them in the prison. Not surprisingly, they weren't aware of what they did to themselves. But similar to the ones we met in Collinsburg, they have never met Kezurex in person, only got communications from the Obsidian Peace, and they all but confirm that it's a one-way communication, so they get contacted, they don't contact. But they mentioned a Marcus. Was it Aurelius?
Marcus Osiris.
Osiris. Marcus Osiris as the person that got them signed up. So, at some point here in the next day or so, I intend on tracking him down.
I will help you. I had to just clean some things up to prepare for Endless's spot here at the tower. But I will help you. This is great news.
Well,
A small step, but it's a step in the right direction.
it's a step in us understanding what's going on, but it seems to be more concerning. They essentially mentioned that whenever they do these sort of things, they're imbued with a level of confidence and power. So it seems that people are unknowingly forming a pact with this demon, likely increasing his strength by having more followers.
That seems like cult-like behavior.
Exactly.
To be honest, this might be a bit of a stretch. But if it is a cult, as what I suspect, and no hard feelings meant, but you and Endless, and maybe even Fia, have the capabilities of going undercover.
Well, it would probably take a little bit of magical alteration for me as he kind of like pulls back the vest of his jacket just a little bit as the tattoo of the standing bear is literally ingrained into his chest, glowing.
It's called a shirt. I'm kidding.
Yeah, put a fucking shirt on. As that's kind of being sort of turned about, Zaphreal, did you want to go outside?
Oh, it'd be so petty if you left her just standing out there.
Yeah, Zaphreal will go outside. Once this conversation is finished up, he'll step out.
Okay, I'm just going to give anyone else the chance to, like, come if you're curious or for whatever other reason, just so this doesn't have to be a them moment. So I'm opening it up.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, Throg will referee.
So,
Yeah, so
Zaphreal, does this work like the old sort of duels where you have to have a second, or is that different here in the Standing Bear?
Well,
Because what I'm saying is I'll be your second if you so choose.
he wants to be your tag-in.
I appreciate that.
I'll
Box.
do that for Cass.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Throg, I'm sorry, friend. I think you're also outmatched.
I beg your pardon, but I think it's the other good friend.
I
So-
only jest.
At this moment, just out of curiosity, you expecting Zaphreal, which, as far as the timeline goes, it is Zaphreal, and then just a moment after that, Fia walks out, and then Throg walks out, and then Mhox walks out, and then suddenly what was supposed to be this like duel off has become this whole thing. I just was wondering how you feel about that.
She doesn't. One, her being from a knight family, she's used to an audience, and she's also very theatrical. Right now, you see Cassandra. She's actually on her knees with her sword stabbed to the ground as the blood aura is coming off, and she's praying. The dress is off of her, but what's under her, what's on her is like a skin-tight suit of just black cloth, and she's just sitting there praying as this her spirit shroud of her queen forms, and she gains a long Dracula-esque cape with like the high pop collar and everything as she continues praying.
Okay, real
Well-
quick. Sorry. I just wanted to div Clarissa out because I know we planned on playing a little bit longer tonight, but I know you said you wanted to bow out. So if you want to, you can feel free to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to. Like I said, 5 a.m. comes real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
Can I mention my thing I wanted to say at my favorite part before you head out?
Yeah.
So I have a couple of notes, and I'll only say what involves you directly.
Okay, let's try and make it quick. Sorry.
I really liked your spider and fly analogy.
Oh my
Yes.
god, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With that comment and how you handled like assisting Zaphreal in like matters he is not comfortable with, in Zaphreal's mind, you have fully fit into the leadership role. Like no more Shootafill. You've grown into it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Kudos.
That was it. That was it.
Thank you. Oh, I had fun tonight, guys. I'll have to catch up later to see what happened, and next week I won't have overtime, so I'll be good to go later.
Great. All right.
Means
Well,
have a good night.
Good night.
See ya.
Peace.
Goofy.
Mox, I believe you were just about to hop in right before I paused.
Yeah. Kind of like. Oh, kind of like in that sort of like amping up Zaphreal as his second, kind of like rubbing his shoulders. He's going to cast Gift of Alacrity, so you get to add a 1d8 to your initiative roll for the next 8 hours.
Okay.
Keep in mind, any sort of blood draw is only going to amplify her abilities. That's what makes vampires so terrifying, is as soon as they get the scent of blood, they go for the kill.
Zaphreal, you kind of turn around. Now, I want you to both kind of have whatever shticks you want to say, and then I'll kind of explain how this is going to happen.
Seeing that Cassandra has been preparing herself and started her prayer, all Zaphreal does, he puts his hammer to the side and clenches his fists and puts on his blindfold.
Oh shit, dude! Oh shit! Okay.
She's
Okay.
gonna stand up and see this and go, only if I was a less pettier person. As she kicks her blade as it flies up, she catches it, and she aims her blade at you, and she goes, just want to make sure I say this right. 1 second, bear with me. Class feature, where is it at? This is my vow of Emily. You will fall unconscious by the end of this battle. As you kind of notice raven feathers kind of falling around you, as she has now marked you with her mark of Evanimity.
Evanimity.
Yes.
I will tell you. Cassandra, I'll tell you. I once forged a bond with Cord himself that I would seek vengeance upon my foes. All I seek now is to bring him glory.
Same with the Raven Queen.
Zaphreal puts his head directly on the tip of the blade,
Oh my god.
and he'll go into a rage.
She
Okay.
just smiles and bares her fangs.
So this is how I want to go down. I don't necessarily want to go through a whole initiative of you guys actually fighting. We can save that for another time. What I want to do now is more of like I'm going to give you guys the narrative ability to sort of describe back and forth what's happening, and like make it as what within the realms, whatever. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do rollies essentially, and it's going to be best 3 of 5. and the check that you guys be rolling will be just to roll to hit that you would normally with your weapon.
Okay.
And whoever rolls higher to roll to hit wins that round. And you can describe what that action looks like and what it looks like for the person to fail or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think
Okay.
so.
So we're just gonna roll. Like we're just playing rollies, best 3 out of 5. But
Okay.
what you're rolling is just roll to hit with whatever
Okay.
weapon you usually use.
With my Vow of Enemy and Haste, I would have advantage. Do I still get that?
Just play it out role play style.
Yeah, it's not. We're not. I'm trying to kind of pull away from the mechanics of like.
Okay.
Like I mean, you can still cast haste and describe it as part of like if you win a round of rollies, you attack 3 times because you're hasted. You know what I mean? I'm
Okay, I
Does
get
that
you.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So first round, roll to hit.
27.
23.
Okay, so Zaphreal, you win the first round. Describe how the first trade of blows go.
Zaphreal, with his head on the tip of the blade, does a little bit of a jerk forward to make her flinch, and as soon as she retorts back, Zaphreal will slam the blade aside, and with blinding speed, he'll appear behind her and chop her in the back of the head.
Okay. All right, another roll.
23.
12.
Oh my gosh! Oh, dude. Okay. All right, Zaphreal. Okay, hold on. Cassandra, when you get hit to the back of the neck, how does that throw you off?
Her eyes.
And leading into what he's about to describe as his next attack.
Her eyes widen as she lets out a scoff as she moves forward, and when she goes to turn, she goes to kind of swing her sword blindly.
As soon as she does, Zaphreal catches the edge of the blade with his bare hand and then spat hands her in the face.
Oh,
Damn.
God. Oh, shit.
But you see blood dropping from his hand with the blade in his hand.
Okay. Next round. Come on, Cassandra.
25.
31.
Oh
Damn.
my
God damn.
God, dude.
With blade still in hand, he just puts on a very upset with his same stern stoic look. He'll frown, grab the blade even harder, and then call his mace and shoot her up into the sky.
Okay, Cassandra, as you fly up into the air, because the universe cares about this narrative, you suddenly get the underdog attack again. You get a re-roll, one more attack, and we're just going to say it fucking lands. So he fucking backhands you and then uppercuts you with his mace as you fly up in the air 15 feet. Bring it home for us.
Roll or response?
No. We're just going to say as if you had won a round. I'm just giving you a win on a round. And what you would tell us what happens as you get...
Yeah, sorry, I have a plus 17 to hit while I'm raging.
Okay, so sorry, quick question. So I thought we're staying away from the mechanics.
No, yeah, so,
Because he's gonna +7 with his rage. I don't my advantage doesn't come to effect.
Even without the rage, I was still over 2 for each of your rolls. So if we don't add the +2, I still would have beaten each roll.
Okay.
It's
That's my bad, but you're
just-
absolutely right.
yeah. I guess there was a little bit of a disadvantage. That's I guess how it just rolled out to be.
It's fine.
New 3?
No, it's okay. I'll just
It's fine.
That's why I'm trying to give you this moment now, just to sort of make up for the fact that you got beat in the rolling.
She'll basically, as she's flying up, she'll kind of hiss as she kind of comes down with the sword, but she'll kind of turn the sword to flat twist it, and basically, as she's coming down, she just smacks him with the flat end of her sword as she lands.
Okay. Zaphreal, how do you take the hit?
Where do you hit me?
She's basically slapping you with her sword.
With the force of the blow from the flat of the blade, it cuts Zaphreal. It doesn't cut, but slaps him in the shoulder, and he is pushed and slid back a couple of inches.
She'll. Okay.
And you can immediately see like red forming around the area.
Oh.
Next time we'll do this in a more official way. As she misty steps and basically explodes into a whole bunch of bats and disappears.
Okay.
My turn.
Oh my god. Do you want to go for another round?
Zaphreal will stand in a defensive stance.
Okay. Alright. Sure. Unless if Mhox wanted, I know he was interested in fighting. Did you?
Yeah.
No. For
I
narrative's
have
sake,
my idea.
Mhox was going to be his second, but like meta-wise, I'm not interested. The second is like I was just making a reference to the Three Musketeers, where like if Zaphreal was killed, I would take his place. That's how like that works.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
It's one of those. It's more he was confident that Zaphreal had it, sort of thing, but a formality.
Sure. Okay. Well, as Throg sort of steps up into the space, let's start it up. Roll to hit.
Okay. Are we doing mechanics like reckless or just
No,
straight
no,
just weapon roll?
You're just making
Yeah.
a weapon attack roll.
I shouldn't have added. Yeah, I shouldn't have added the +2 that I did. But the
you're
straight
good.
roll is 24.
30.
Okay.
Okay, Throg, how do you start this off?
He just winds up like a fastball pitch.
Sure.
And just chucks the Titan ball.
Zaphreal's eyes like immediately open wide, knowing the force of this blow, and tries to prepare himself, but it's too late.
Yeah, you catch it into your gut and you like fly, kind of hitting the tower wall. As you hear Malin like open one of the windows from the upper floors. Don't hit the tower! As he slams the window shut. All right, another round.
$24.
Am I rolling?
Yeah, you both roll. Yeah. And
Oh, okay.
Whoever rolls higher wins the round.
21. Dang.
Okay. How do you respond as the cannonball begins to retract back to Throg's grasp?
As soon as he starts retracting it, Zaphreal grips the ball as like tight as he can to come full force.
Okay.
Then he'll use his hammer's special ability to turn into a bolt of lightning and appear right in front of him.
Okay, sure.
And he's just gonna go for like a pummel strike directly to the abs.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you sort of zap down and whap him into the abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
Throg, how do you take the hit?
Oh yeah, he Throg gets kind of, and he steps back about just a step or two.
Okay, so that's 1-1, right? Or is that?
Yeah, that's 1-1.
Okay. All right, new round. Roll to hit.
Good luck, friend.
Jesus.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
God.
I did not hit a nat 20.
35? Oh, you rolled a nat 20? Shit. Okay,
So,
Zaphreal. Right as you catch him off guard from hitting him in the abs.
Right as the ball is about to return to his hand, Zaphreal hits it like a fucking baseball bat. And in that same rotation, he comes up and stops the hammer right before it hits his face.
Okay. We'll say, it does, the cannonball only maybe flies another 10 feet. It still comes back to you at some point, but it was a close call. Next round.
Yeah, but like as I stop right in front of his face, Zaphreal just gives him like a smirk.
Okay.
32.
23.
Okay.
Yeah, as I get smacked in the face, Throg calling the Titan Ball around doesn't even call like catch it. He like swings it around his body and then smashes him right in the side of the face with it.
Oh shit! Like we did the Mortal Kombat X-ray, like, and, like,
Yeah,
you see
basically.
see some skull fractures. Okay, this next roll determines the winner of the fight. It's 2-2.
25.
19.
Oh shit, Zaphreal, how do
So
you
close.
bring it home?
Zaphreal's gonna go for the standing bear strike. He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
he's like pass like he's gonna. I know mechanics aren't involved, but just for flavor, I'll use my channel divinity to like double my jumping height. I mean,
Sure.
triple my jumping height.
Sure.
I'll jump to the top of the tower and look down, and then just like hammer down first, just plummets down
Okay.
and lands directly onto Throg.
Yeah,
Wow.
when you zip up there, Throg looks up and he's just like, "Uh-oh,
Oh my gosh.
this is gonna hurt."
Wow. And right as he comes down, not quite knocking you out, but really doing a number to your shoulders, the fight comes to a conclusion.
Whew, that was a good bout.
You just hear off in the distance from one of the windows up above. That was like really wicked cool, guys. As Zanzibar just kind of sticks his head out the window and waves.
Zaphreal will try to respond to what you said, but is currently half of his face is swollen. And he's having a hard time talking.
Yeah, you have like spit drooling out of your mouth. Wow. Okay. Well, that was not expected, but an very entertaining interjection there.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring it into the end of the night. Does anybody wish to do anything before we go to the next day?
I would like to find Cassandra to have an actual conversation.
Okay. Anybody else?
Throg's good. He'll just,
Okay.
I guess he'll bunk up in Raiden's room or something.
Sure. Fia or Mox?
Not that I could think of at the moment.
Okay.
Fia's feeling slightly nosy of how the conversation's gonna go between them, so
Okay.
she's trying like to not listen in, I guess, but she's gonna
Definitely listen in.
yeah
Okay.
or
She wants to
be
tea.
close for when something inevitably happens and one of them needs her support or something.
Are you able to cast invisibility?
Well, I don't know. Let me see. I don't
Oh,
think
you're
so.
trying to give her ideas there, Tucker?
I'm just asking.
No, I don't think I do.
Well, we'll just say whether it's through the wall or it might be hard through the wall because the walls are quite thick. This tower is built to, take some damage. So your best luck is probably going to be on the other side of the door from wherever they end up going. So, Cassandra, if you wouldn't mind filling us in where Zaphreal could find you.
She's at the remaking of her family's night hall.
Okay.
She's watching the golems.
Oh, so I think the golem, those are back in Winshire.
Oh, that's right. We're in Urim. Then
And
she's
now- yeah.
She would probably be in probably one of the guest bedrooms drinking herself
Okay.
dry.
Eventually, you hear a little knock at the door that's kind of opened ajar. and you see Zaphreal come in. At which point, Fia, you kind of poke your head around the corner of the wall down the hall, and just like use your ultimate spying abilities to just like creep tiptoe down the hall to the door that just gets shut as Zaphreal enters the room.
What's your god again, Zaphreal?
Cord.
And Cord's light, right?
Yeah, but it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, Colton, but Cord is kind of seen like by people who don't follow him as like kind of a little on the cruel side, just to like his followers usually are the muscular beat up and then ask questions later type of person.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a spectrum of people for sure. Like, I think you definitely like. Anyway, mostly Cord is known for like storms and strength and like battlefield prowess, like a warrior. You know, being like be strong but not use your strength for destruction. Be brave and not cowardice. Prove your might to win glory and renown. That kind of thing.
Oh, look. The clergyman of the hurricane. What can I do for you now?
Oh.
To be honest, I don't think I actually need anything from you. Zaphreal will sit down at one of the side chairs.
She click her tongue, folds her arms.
To be honest with you, I didn't. I knew you intended to duel, but I didn't understand the extent. To me, I was retorting to your remark in an uncharacteristically witty way. And I'm sorry if that came off as offensive.
Wasn't offensive at all. But you, you know, what can I expect from a clergyman of the hurricane? You offer gifts in one hand, and then when one takes it, your reaction is immediately to push your stormy views on others. Just need to worship your god.
That wasn't right. But from my standpoint, you were gaining Cord's benefits from drinking my blood.
You should be careful what you offer if there's a hidden hook. I wouldn't have accepted it if it would have pushed against your beliefs.
To be fair, I've never been used as a blood bag before. If I knew that there was a hook, I wouldn't have offered to begin with. I didn't want to see you starve and thrive and potentially lash out towards the group.
Just because your blood was like arcanium crystal melted in the liquid gold foundation, I would have never. I would have killed myself first. I am a sacred vampiric knight of the Raven Queen.
Tell me what that means.
She's like kind of heating down a little bit. I hold no. There are tenets of my faith. I hold no pity for those who suffer and die, for death is a natural end of life. And I bring down the proud who try to cast out the chains of their fate. I am an instrument, and I must punish hubris where I find it. And the last and most important one, if I see any cult of Orcus, I will kill them without any sort of discretion, child, woman, or man.
I think I can understand. You see, Cassandra, have you ever heard of the Order of the Seraphim Knights?
Because they're knights, could I roll history?
Yeah. Seems appropriate since, you know, your background and all.
22.
Yeah, I would say like I mean like conversations that are surrounded by the Knights of Seraphim aren't necessarily, you know, casually spoken about a lot, you know, like they're sort of fabled in a certain sense. Maybe that's due to their accomplishments or purely based off the fact that they are from a very like holy divine place.
I know of them, yes.
I am one of their members. And for me, worshipping Cord is not merely faith. It is obligation. Not that I view as gods as lesser, I view Cord as higher.
Sounds like we're very similar. My chains of fate are intertwined.
The fact that you would pray to the Raven Queen to assist you in our bout. And the fact that I didn't think of doing so first. I respect you. Now, I won't change my standpoint on what we had argued about earlier. At least for right now. But you can go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you go ahead. I'm just being character. Go ahead.
But seeing what you're able to accomplish, and the resolve that you have, we are similar in many ways.
How so?
When I had swore my oath of vengeance, there was nothing that would stop me from accomplishing my goal if it meant getting my vengeance and proving to my God that I was worthy of his power.
Vengeance. What do you have to avenge? Someone as chiseled as you and holy and everything.
Radagast. He stole my child and my wife.
Her eyes soften as they seem a little gloomier.
And once I got that vengeance, or was on the pinnacle of achieving it, I found no peace of mind.
I feel that. I feel that every day.
My family is the standing bear. And the moment I saw that there was a potential threat, though I trust you completely, the moment I saw that there could be a threat that your urges would not be able to be controlled, I took too defensive of a stance, attempting to protect something that I love. And for that I apologize. I was too forward.
Her cheeks become a little flush as she like folds her arms and like looks away. You don't have to. I understand, but I appreciate your candor.
But though I don't share your same faith, I would like to know more about the Raven Queen.
She. It's almost like a smile, and almost like no pompousness to it. More admiration. She saved me. And she gave me the tools. She is not like most of your other gods. Me and her actually conversate more than you know. She is quite keen on talking to her followers more than people would think a god would do. I should have died, Zaphreal. I should have died when I attacked that monster. I should have died a warrior's death, trying to avenge my family. But no. She looks at her left arm. Disarmed me. Teased me. Brutalized me, embarrassed me. Glamored it as if I was some pompous pet that he would just beat behind the walls, while the others would laugh. And then, he turned me into a monster. The very same monster that killed my family and destroyed my home. And then discarded me. And she was there waiting for me. She was there to save me. I can never have a family with a standing bear because my fate. She kind of sighs a little bit. She looks down. My fate is as it be. Once I kill that bastard, I'll mostly have to go back to the Shadowfell to serve her court.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Well, since we're getting all touchy-feely, sure.
Do you actually view yourself as a monster?
Yes. But for those who look in the night, I am a monster for monsters. Criminals, deviants, murderers, rapists, genociders. I want them to know that there's something else in the shadows with them. Unleashed to the Raven Queen, ready to be unleashed upon them. I am. Make no mistake, Zaphreal, I am a monster. I am an abomination. But there's also parts of me that is still who I used to be. And I cherish those very much.
I won't compare what I've gone through to what you have, because I feel that you have gone through much more.
Impossible. All of us handle our problems differently. What's some? And she's starting to get a little more emotional as her eyes get a little more wet. What some may consider easy might be hard for others. I've never had a child or a husband. I couldn't fathom losing such. My loss was just a different form of family. What you went through, your trials, your pain, your anguish, that was your own hell that you had to battle. And I couldn't even fathom what you had to go through.
I won't force my views on you anymore. And though we have different stances, we both have our demons. And to be honest with you, when it truly is boiled down to it, when I'm on the battlefield, I'm a monster too.
She smiles at that.
Do you know? Of course, we couldn't have known that the Graveborn are what they are. I have killed thousands of abominations. People who could have been saved. And frankly, without their consent or the right state of mind, I murdered people.
I can see how that could be hard for you.
But the thing is, regardless of how you view yourself, you are a harbinger of justice in your own right. Justice can be defined different ways to different people, but the ways that you refer to yourself as a monster helps so many people.
And that's a monster I can easily sleep with.
All I'm trying to say, Cassandra, even if you accomplish your goals, and if you even stay a vampire, there is much more you can do for this plane of existence than you could ever imagine. And to be honest with you, I think you and I could make a very good team.
The Raven Queen and the Storm. I concur. I appreciate you coming here and talking to me, truly. And I know I can be quite theatrical and emotional. Part of my nature.
No, you're not. You called me out when I overstepped my bounds. For the longest time, I devoted my life to proving my strength of might, and there wasn't any room for conversation in between. In that regard, sometimes I say things that I don't necessarily mean. That is not an excuse for what I've said and done. But I want you to know that I'm trying. That the way that I prove my worth to Cord, and though I don't get to communicate with him often, is by my strength of arms. And that is the main difference between Cord and the Raven Queen. It seems as if you have a more personal relationship, and I envy that. But with your tenacity and strength of will, we'll just take that duel that we had earlier today as an example. We can be monsters together and be an unstoppable force.
I like that. Maybe we should do some training together. And next time a more proper duel.
We're going to need a much bigger area, to be honest.
I concur. I was thinking, what a great team building exercise if we did a tournament of the Standing Bear.
Ooh, I like that.
Bring morale to the people we protect. Build a reputation for the kind of monsters exist.
Interesting.
She,
Very well. I have one request, though.
Yes.
This may be unrelated. But the vanguard that you are building for Winshire,
Yes.
I would like to assist in training those troops.
That's that's very candor of you. I mean, it's gonna be a bunch of vampires who serve the Raven Queen, but
Well,
you can be fine with that. I'll gladly take your expertise in the helping.
if our duel earlier showed you anything, the fact that they will be vampires doesn't scare me in the slightest.
I'm glad.
And Fia, you start to hear the heavy footsteps come closer and closer to the door that you are just on the other side of. Now's your chance to escape. Make a stealth check for me.
Watch her roll on that one. She like trips.
Right? She just trips on her socks. Oh my god!
Roll the nat 20.
Okay, alright,
Wow.
so I just like, there's not a lot to hide behind in these hallways. So like, tell me how you James Bond yourself out of the situation
James Bond.
right as Zaphreal steps out where he should have seen you, but you're not there.
Well, I was actually going to say as I was hearing the conversation start to wrap up is when I started sneaking away.
Oh, okay,
so
okay,
that's
okay.
probably... So, but, you know, I was still doing the best I could to listen as I'm, like, sneaking away. So
Sure.
probably by the time Zaphreal actually opened the door, I was probably, like, towards the end of the hallway to the point where I could dip behind
corner.
the other wall. Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, I'm out. Peace.
Okay. Oh my god.
She's gonna kind of stand up and hold her hand out to Zaphreal as like a warrior, kind of grab wrists.
Yeah, Zaphreal returns it firmly. Like not so tight to hurt, but like to see the intention.
I look forward to training with you, as we'll need to learn our ways of fighting. But I can't wait for our next duel.
Just as a quick side note, Cassandra. Maybe in downtime, you should convince Endless to let you wield the Holy Avenger.
Oh,
A paladin of yourself should feel that power once in their life.
I mean, isn't that a radiant weapon?
Well, yes, but I would like to see how you wield that.
Why not? I'm in. Hopefully I don't burst into flames for being, you know.
Well, you may be undead, but you are still a paladin.
True enough. We'll find a day. I would not mind testing it out.
Well, have a good rest.
It's nighttime, darling. I am rested. And then she just poofs into bats.
Oh, did Colton's Discord die?
Okay, I was curious about that.
Yeah. I was like,
that.
he's being super still.
It's like he's expecting me to do something. Like, after I did that, he's just like staring, and I'm like, That was awesome.
That was awesome. Well, there's Fia too.
One of these days, the party's gonna wake up and everybody's gonna have mustaches drawn on their faces or some shit, because Throg never fucking sleeps and he gets bored.
One day.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to find an activity for Throg to do that isn't learning.
Yeah, that's one thing. One thing with this character, it's like he's all for fighting and he's all for backing up his friends, but when there's any other side story going on, he's just like do 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 do.
I was gonna say, well, we've only had one section of combat since you started playing Throg, and it lasted a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We should
like all built for combat. It lasted for 2 seconds.
we should give your cannonball sentience.
that would be insane.
Oh, I'm back on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
It's all right.
My internet crashed.
No.
Well, do we want to close it out? Or do you want to keep going mobile?
I'm good either way.
There we go.
Oh,
Back.
great. Oh,
Welcome back.
Sorry about that, everybody.
All good.
I know you guys were just like wrapping up, but right when the internet crashed is when you said, something you should blah blah blah. I don't know what you said.
yeah, Zaphreal just suggested to Cassandra to let Endless, to have Endless let Cassandra wield the Holy Avenger once.
Oh, that seems a little sacrilegious.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Right?
that's how that conversation went.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like we
And
were talking about like how she was undead, but also she's a paladin. So
Right.
And then he was like, "We'll have a good rest." And she's like, "It's nighttime. I am rested." And then she pooped in a whole bunch of bats.
Oh, great.
and then we talked about giving Throg's cannonball sentience.
Oh Lord, the mischief that would happen from that.
Say what, Cannonball? You want me
to Yeah.
kill everyone? Okay.
Cannibal murder.
You turn the cannonball into like a heckler, so it like
Yeah.
throws an insult as it's about to hit somebody.
So I think this will be a good place to wrap up. Let me
Okay.
just kind of write us out here real quick, and we'll get started with our favorites. The camera will slowly start to sort of phase in and out to the different rooms or areas that the current party members are at. As the day kind of comes to a close with a lot of, to some degree, productive work of investigation going on and potential setups for the future. I'm excited to see where everything goes that session, and we'll just call it there for now, and we'll just get straight into favorite parts.